Okay, so we're live, and we got a few people in here today. You guys want to go ahead and introduce yourself?
Uh, Law Hater 101, Manga Bros, Lance.
There we go, for sure. There you have it.
Well, hey guys, like One Piece Nation here.
All right, and
Ashra Ninja Legend.
wait, say that again.
Ashra Ninja Legend.
There
Kind
we
of like
go.
the character, what Naruto is based on his reincarnation.
All right, cool. I can dig it. And then we got the other law hater. I'm sorry, what is?
I'm the official representative of Lord Brook, fifth son of
Oh
Law.
God.
Laura Hater.
Chapter.
Let's
Chapter
not get
18,
into
though,
it.
just
Let's
saying.
not get into that.
It's too late.
Why does he hate Law?
Wait, let me talk about the One Punch Man episode real
Okay,
quick.
fine. I'll be quiet.
Oh.
I'll be quiet, please, since I'm
All right,
not-
Fifth Son, you saw it, right?
Yeah, I see One Punch.
What do you think? What did you think about it, bro?
Let's start with the hype with Silver Fang, the hype OG. Even though he didn't get to do nothing,
Right.
but
He had to finish in blow though.
it wasn't really. Did he really do it? Or was it number I think the sixth best fighter, the samurai guy?
Nah,
Or
the
he's the
samurai
fourth?
guy sliced him up, but he walked in there and just crushed the jewel.
That was like finishing his work, but
Yeah.
I give it to him. I think the episode overall was that the season finale?
Yeah, bruh. I'm blown. I'm
For
blown.
season finale, I give it a probably 7.5 out of 10.
You said 7.5 or 10.5?
7.5 out of 10.
What did you like about the season finale?
I wanted to see that time I do a little bit more. The shit with the moon, wicked.
Wait. So jumping from the moon isn't a lot?
That's wicked. I ain't gonna say that was wicked. That was good. I like that
Oh
part.
God.
I like that part. That was good, but it didn't really got my juices flowing like the fight between
So this guy jumping from the moon, and like, you didn't think that was hype?
So which scene you thought was better, the jumping from the moon or the punch? Which one was better?
I think they were comparable because the punch he kind of wiped out, like he scattered the clouds in the air, like
Exactly. around the earth. That was crazy.
like
I think jumping from the moon would be better. Like you find gravity just landing there.
because this guy he got hit to the moon, like he got sent to the moon, landed and crashed on the moon, and then
Doomsday shit.
he just jumped from the moon. He
That
just
is true.
like it was
And
crazy.
based on gravity, that's impossible for the ship to move that little bit. It should have made at least a crater in the earth, at least a crater,
He's
based on his size.
Dude, it was
How many
like
episodes of One Punch Man?
I haven't seen the episode, and I know it just happened because it's like Tama.
But it's the moon though. It's like I don't think if he crushed the moon, like
Yeah.
leave a crater in the moon. Nah, he's like he left a he left a good size hole, whatever. But him jumping from the moon, then that last punch at the end. Oh my gosh, like the best fight I've seen this year. Like
Nah, I got a scene on an anime that I was watching. I think that scene on this anime would beat that scene.
What's
I
that?
gotta get the name of it. It's called Cavalry.
It's not that good because you remember.
Rauko D.I. It's in Japanese. I can't understand these people's language.
Yo, Finn, so you be taking shots at everybody, bro. You're like women.
I know, right?
Now he's like, I don't understand these Japanese people. ah.
It's called Kishi no Cavalry. Kishi no. It's Kishi no Cavalry. That's what. Yeah, Kishi no Cavalry.
But,
I just want to say, I can name a couple of women from other anime that could easily defeat Brook. Just saying.
Come on, man.
I agree with that. But really,
After One Punch Man.
after this, we'll get. All right, so we got Oz. What's up, Oz? Pirate King Buggy, Seamaster, and Pirate King Buggy says he climaxed.
Thanks for the information.
Seamaster said I went and then jizzed. Bro. Nah, the episode was mad hype. Like it was amazing, dog. Like the animation was on point. Like the whole episode was just ridiculous. Like I don't know how you can enjoy One Punch Man. Seriously. But
No, it's good. It's good. It's not a bad show. It's good.
I mean,
I
like
would say hype up more hype for the season finale.
we
more
wanted to
hype.
destroy the moon. Is that what you want?
For One Punch Man, that's a pretty big feat. I mean,
And like it has to come back, bro. Like it has to come back.
oh, it's
like,
coming
pretty
back.
soon.
It's you know how well that series did. There's no way it's not coming back.
How many
Like-
episodes are they in?
Wait, say that again.
I said how many episodes are they in one?
Just
One Punch Man?
12, bro.
Just 12, yeah.
I just
It's
hope
appointment.
the company doesn't end up just like the one with Gangsta.
Oh no, that's not happening.
Dude, Madhouse Madhouse is like one of the best companies there is.
Yeah,
The
man.
manga itself, which the chapters of the manga has not, well, the few chapters that are left, they haven't been translated, but I've seen number 43 where the guy with the fucking wires, he gets like demolished by the other dude.
Which one is that? On One Punch Man, I haven't read it. It's like
not one
which
Punch
one?
Man, I'm talking about Gangsta.
oh, Gangsta. I haven't watched Gangsta, but I've heard a lot of people say that it
No, I'm
wasn't.
talking about the
wasn't
manga
that good.
version. The manga ends up with the guy with the wired one with a chopped up face. He ends up getting beaten by his old pal. But in the anime itself, he ends up with the guy getting thrown out the window.
So you saw the anime?
I've read the manga. I saw the anime a long time ago. But I think it's done. It's not coming back.
Ah, okay. I mean, I haven't seen it. I plan on watching it. Hope we'll see. But with the One Punch Man, hopefully it comes back soon. I think as far as like the anime community that has the most hype right now in the anime community, One Punch Man by far.
He hasn't
Like,
been dubbed yet, huh?
No. So I want to see how they do the dub, because if it crosses over well, then it could be a problem.
Well, he has a lot of violence in it. I think Funimation's gonna get that one, so. I'm thinking Sanji or probably Zoro gets the voice. I don't know.
The voice of Saitama.
Yeah. The guy that
Please don't let no. Please no whack ass American actors like the Dragon Ball Z American voiceover actors. Terrible.
Yeah, I agree
Terrible.
100%.
Wait. Dragon Ball Z dub. You don't like the dub for Dragon Ball Z?
No, those actors are terrible. I want One Punch Man actors to be completely different. I want everybody.
Wait, what dub are you talking about? The Funimation dub, the Latino dub, the Ocean dub. There's like 5. You need to be
Which one?
specific. We're talking about Dragon Ball.
Is it-
America.
The normal one, where it's like the iconic one.
Sure.
'Cause-
They're different. Yeah.
I mean, because I prefer the dub.
I mean, I don't disagree. I think the Kai dub is really good. The Z dub is meh. The Kai dub is great.
I just don't want One Punch Man to be like Attack on Titan. They came out with
yeah. I was
they
about
came
to
out
say
with
that.
one season. They came out with one season, and then they instantly did the voiceover shit, and then after that, nothing.
Yeah, they did the high school Attack on Titan. What the high school thing?
That thing was garbage.
Yeah, they did that before they brought out season 2, which is dumb as
I
hell.
mean, it would have been good if it had been a side thing instead of like the season 2 replacement.
Yeah, like come on, bro. Like come on. Like they said.
They know what people want. They just didn't care.
So
Yeah.
who's the guy that looks like the Gio Brando? Because I'm looking on a link that Manga Bros just put on my screen, and he says some guy looks like Gio, like a younger version of Gio Brando, yellow eyes and shit.
The yellow eyes. Oh, that's Genos. Yeah, Genos is hype. He's not Saitama, but he's hype.
So he's not the guy that jumped on the moon.
No.
No. The guy that jumped on the moon is the one right in the front with the bald head.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, you mean the guy with the green head thingy? Yeah. Okay.
The guy right in the front with the bald head. That looks weird as hell.
Okay. Well,
Yep. He doesn't look like that all the time, but most of the time. They said Sword Art Online had a good dub.
I fucking hate when characters are.
I never watched it in dub.
He looks
I
like
never-
a-
So
I didn't watch it dubbed either.
Yeah, I don't think people seem to understand that dubs there's more to a dub than just are the voices good.
because
I care, like, I'm like, are the translation good? Are they translating things properly? You know what I mean? Are they like confusing fans by incorrect translation, stuff like that? I care about the music good. I care more about that more than just the voice actor.
I think
some companies have good dub episodes. They don't go like how, like I said, how for kids dub.
but yeah, I think the casual fan, they just want to know, like, they just want it to sound good. You know what I'm saying? It's like, okay, it's like,
No, that's why
they gotta love their work.
Yeah.
because look at Pirate and Buggy saying he likes Goku's voice in English more. He actually sounds like a man, and I agree. Like,
No, I agree with that. I just look at it and I'm like, then I'm looking. I like Goku's English voice, but I'm like, if I want to know my stuff. I'm a hardcore fan, so when I see things like when I hear him call the hyperbolic time chamber, the hyperbolic time chamber, I'm like, why are you calling it that? That's not the actual name.
with the hyperbolic time chamber.
Yeah, that's not that's a completely fabricated name that Funimation just made up.
What is it?
The real name is the Room of Spirit and Time.
I like hyperbolic time chamber more.
No, but the thing is, Funimation does weird things. Like, no, in one episode of the Dragon Ball Z dub, they call it the Room of Spirit and Time, and then they randomly are just like, so the rest of the series call it the hyperbolic time chamber. I'm like,
Don't you think that sounds more hype though?
not really. I'm like, but it's not. I'm like, it's not. But I'm like, it's, you know, and just like the Saiyans, I'm like, they're not called Saiyans, and they're called Saiyans or Saiyajin.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I know what you mean.
That's the Japanese, how the Japanese say it.
Yeah, no, but the race is literally pronounced. The name, it's just a pronunciation thing at that point. It's like it's Saiyan, not Saiyan. I don't see how it's very hard to call that correct.
But the thing is, you want to change how things sound for like crossover purposes, like.
No,
Yeah,
I know, but some of the things didn't make
It
sense.
doesn't really destroy the overall content of the text.
Well, no, you would be surprised. I've heard people say things that I'm like, but that people like have been debates with me on YouTube, and I'm like, and the second I say, well, that was just a Funimation dub line, they're like, what? Oh. And then they start arguing with me, and I'm like, how can you argue with me? The Japanese version, if it's, you can't argue with the original version.
I think you should change your name from One Piece Nation to Dragon Ball Nation, bro.
I can't, that's all they take.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's already taken, you said.
My Josh from Dragon Ball Nation. Great, really good content this day.
I think Gohan in the English version, no justice because of the girl voice. Piccolo don't sound like Piccolo.
Thank you.
I gave up on American voice shows. Like Japanese shows, translated in American, I gave up on it.
The only English dub I'm extremely satisfied with is Naruto.
You mean the Shippuden dub, right?
Well, yeah.
I mean, Naruto, no one can deny that voice that he had in the
I don't like
beginning
it, man.
of the series was garbage. It was so high pitched. It would actually, literally, it was like the way he talked was like so weird.
Naruto's voice is weird, man. I just don't see why, when it comes to anime, they're basically women, and when they get transferred to the United States, they don't just give it to a guy. They give it to a woman again.
Exactly.
I
give it to, like, a 12-year-old.
Exactly.
I understand when they do it with a kid. There's only so you can. A grown man would have a hard time making himself sound like a 3-year-old boy.
Now you got a lot of little soft voice niggas out here. You got a lot of girl guys out there that can easily voice act as little kids. That's easy. But at least make it look like
Pick out on your own stream.
like you see how Naruto is actually an obese woman in America.
No, I agree with Pirate King Buggy though. The One Piece dub that's Funimation isn't that bad. They have a couple of interesting ideas, like when Frankie takes the cola in Annie's lobby. You know, like how his voice changes. I did like that.
Well,
They gave him like a different accent where he does different things. I really did.
No,
like that.
I think it's the same guy that does it.
Yeah, and even if it's the same guy, I do like how they changed the accent.
Well, I've never seen. I think it's the same accent.
No,
So
and
the
then when
one
he
like,
drinks like the when he drinks like the tea instead of a cola.
oh, that one. Okay. Oh,
Yeah,
that
they
that
like
was
it
okay.
changed the accent. Like that's a good idea. I'm Funimation did it good nowadays, but their old owner, like from like the '90s, what was it? Justin. It was Justin something. He just did not know what he was doing.
Cause I recently started with Funimation. My first anime is One Piece with Funimation that I've never heard of it before. Cause I was watching the what was it called? The for kids. It was bullshit.
Oh god, the 4K dub is the
It was
4K dub is literally god awful.
uh, even the guy who was in charge at the time is trying to save face. That like I said, One Piece destroyed their image, which is a lie because their image was destroyed because they were picking up mangas that had violence and blood in them and trying to
Yeah.
put it to a lesser degree of kids like 8 years old. The manga itself is like 14 and up. Like if you
Well,
buy it,
the thing is that people didn't know how to dub back then. Like the people at Funimation have even admitted, like they're like, I think with Christopher Savage said, I hate that original Dragon Ball dub. He said it, I hate that thing, and I was so happy when we had the chance to re-go and do it again. Then now that we all have better resources and like
wait, you said
more means of
you
communication,
said
we can
Funimation
get the
or
official translation.
Funimation or the author? Because I remember the author said, either the author or the editor of the author of Dragon Ball said that Dragon Ball should have ended at that part.
What part?
He hated it. I think it was the Frieza arc.
Yeah, Toriyama had admitted he only once he has it when he decided to continue after continue it when he realized that, it would work continuing. The plan was to do. He only had after the Frieza arc, he was just making stuff up because Shonen Jump forced him to do it because Shonen Jump are the slave drivers. What? It's true.
I'm not denying it.
I mean, no. Toriyama had literally said Shonen Jump did not give me a choice. They were like, "You want a job? You got to do this."
Well, nowadays they can't do that anymore because times have changed and if the manga's making more money, the author itself can just pull the plug and they ain't making money.
That's like Oda. Oda can do whatever he wants.
I don't know about Kishimoto though.
Kishimoto has a good amount. He has some
By
power.
the way, have you seen the new poster for the new manga? Which they kind of make Sasuke Deli look like a slut.
Sarada.
Yeah, they make it look like a slut because
I know. I have a bad feeling he's going to make her into either really weak like Sakura or into like a fan service character. And I'm like, no. Sarada is like the greatest character of her generation. Don't screw up that character. I swear to God.
Because I'm looking at the poster, she looks like a slut. She looks like she's wearing a skirt, and there's like nothing there. No black jump pants, no nothing. Like Sakura, when she came in there, she had like those old school like Chinese dress.
No, I understand what they're going for though. They're going for like a modernized thing. Like maybe that's what girls in Japan wear nowadays.
If it is, they should just like flag that shit. Because I know they were trying to flag the Gundam something back then. Like the Japanese fans said that the Gundam was too brutal. Some kid was shooting a bunch of people in the head.
At my point though, honestly, I don't understand why they gave Dorada a completely new outfit. That was what worried me, is they're gonna make her character like weak just because he's a female. And I'm like, please no. Dorada was so awesome.
She's not really weak. I mean, she's got the Tsunade's power.
She got my thing with people don't think to realize how strong she theoretically can be. Imagine the combination of the strength of Sakura and Tsunade combined with a Sharingan. That's pretty overpowered.
She did do it.
Yeah, she could be dope. I mean,
well, she did do it.
Have more potential than Boruto, that's for sure.
More potential than Boruto?
By far. Because Boruto didn't have the Byakugan. That's the difference.
I don't agree.
Unless Boruto gets the Byakugan, I mean, the Sharingan itself is overpowered. If she gets Amaterasu, oh my god. She has the ability to get like Rinnegan. Or a Mangekyo Sharingan, and do like Susanos and something. What can Boruto do? What overpowered technique does Boruto have that he can just access through natural potential? Nothing.
I'd say give him time, bro.
No, I'm saying he had no natural real ability. Everything Naruto had was through pure work. Dorada had the Sharingan. So he needs to work for everything. Dorada naturally can get something like the Susanoo.
Yeah, but
I mean, so it's physical, natural potential. So you obviously have more potential as to grow stronger. Boruto has a lot too.
So, Bravo, what do you think of the color of armaments of the Haoshuku Haki? Seems like they're
Right.
not giving the Haki's color now.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna get to, the One Piece episode 723, because that kind of threw a wrinkle in.
Yeah,
right?
that's the thing. But I love it though. It's red.
Oh yeah.
I love it. If they're each giving them a color now, because it was all blue back then.
Yeah, now Dofi has this dark aura.
Yeah, I feel like it's like evil Haki. It's supposed to be like I think it's like if you're like
That
have
one-
very.
that-
I think
that
it's like
one was the-
if
that
your
one was
intent
the-
is evil.
was a major down for me. They gave him like a deep black aura, because the black aura, who had that before Dofi? It was Zoro on that Pika episode. He had that dark aura then. He had it way back on Eddie's lobby. He pulled that shit on his lobby. He had a dark purple aura. And now
Yeah.
Dofi's got it. Like, what the fuck, man?
Well, I actually have a theory on that.
It's kind of like chakra, where you got in Naruto, everyone's got their specific color of chakra. Now I
Not
thought Zoro
really,
had his purple
actually.
shit, and now we got Doflamingo has his purple shit. Like,
But
what?
that's technically not true. Because most chakra is all blue. It's just certain people. Like, like tail-based chakra really would just be a different color. But, my theory for color thing is, I think it has to do with, like, what your intent is. Like, if your intent is, like, a killing intent, maybe your Haki is, like, more like a violet color. And because Luffy does have the intent to beat you, not to kill you, maybe that's why Haki is
Here's
blue.
the thing I like about the One Piece anime is that they kind of drag the epic fights that you do not see in the manga. Like the fact that when you saw the manga and Luffy and Doflamingo collide, and the Haki just blast Law.
Yeah, it blew Law away, and
Law away, but they add more shit that was more disgusting.
Yeah, they did that with
they blew Treble away.
Yeah, they did it with the Smoker fight too. The Smoker versus Dofi, they added some stuff. Even the Virgo versus Smoker, they typically do that from time to time.
I don't mind as long as they're actually adding stuff and not just dragging it.
Right. I think what they did this episode was really good.
Yeah, I mean, it felt like it was adding to the fight. Like, if you're not going to make, like, Luffy take 10 seconds longer to fire his attack, then that's when I'm gonna get annoyed.
But you saw how Luffy, like, when Dofi was just eating the hits?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Like, he was just, that was kind of scary. He saw his eyes glowing.
There was a point I was hyped up, but then I kind of downgraded that to the point where when their foot collide the first time, Dofi was kind of struggling. You could hear him struggle against Luffy. It's like
Which did not happen in the manga, according to my memory.
Yeah, that's the thing. Maybe they're trying to say that because Luffy is based on Conqueror's Haki, that his Haki is probably superior to Doflamingo, and Doflamingo is like grunting.
No, but the thing is, they did that at first, right? But then they showed how superior Dofi was to Luffy.
That's the thing. It threw me off. Like, how
Yeah.
can he grunt there? Then he just throws him away back then. And then you have, within the foot clash, these fuckers are discharging Haki, and motherfuckers, like, other people are just looking. They're not dropping.
Yeah, I mean, they didn't show anybody fall, really.
Yeah,
I know.
Sabo, I can understand if Sabo's standing there. Okay, it's Sabo, because this dude has...
But did they show anybody else, though? They didn't show anybody else.
Yeah,
right?
they show a lot of people, like father citizens. You saw Viola, you saw Kikriku, you saw even the samurai, Zoro.
But those guys are not going to fall, though.
Well,
You know what I'm saying? Like, those guys shouldn't fall.
Well, they felt that Law, however, was surprised when he just blasted him.
Law was cool because
Law
Law said he has that ability too, which I thought.
No, it said something in the manga, but this time he said something else, as I thought. Like, it threw me off. Like, if he just said something like, okay, he has it, point, just end it there. As if you suspected he had it a long time ago. Like, the Marines never said anything like that on the papers, or that he has Haki. No, they just said he came in there, he wrecked shit up, he wrecked Marineford, he wrecked fucking Intel down, he's a dangerous person, that's it. They're not going to tell him what kind of power he has.
No, my thing though, didn't he use it against Don Chindel? Like, how did they not become aware of it then?
I don't know, man. Maybe they were just focused on each other. Like,
Wait, you talking about when?
In the Coliseum.
Yeah, remember him and Luffy and Don Chindel had their collapse of Haki? How come, I think it was Treble who was like, he had it just like Dofi or something, and I'm just like,
Yeah,
but you should know this.
Yeah, Diamante was like, "This is the king."
Well, hey, One Piece Nation.
Wait, was it Trable or Diamante was there?
Yeah, it was
Either way,
Diamante.
you would think they
No,
would get their hands on that
Diamante was
info.
there. It wasn't Treble. It was Diamante.
Yeah, Diamante said that's the king. That's the power of a king.
Yeah.
Man, I don't know who's manipulating who in this thing. Like, the manga chapter made it look like as if it was Doflamingo that was manipulating everyone with the crew.
Nah,
But in
yeah,
this
Trable,
episode,
like, yeah, but
it
you know
looks
when
like
you
it's
saw
Treble's
that,
the mastermind. But why
yeah,
is he
behind
not
it,
running this shit?
he's not strong enough. He like, you know those people that latch on to people that are super
So
powerful.
you're telling me he's that Dofi's burned the world and he's like big bro?
I think it more. I think it more like the Blackbeard and Whitebeard thing. Like Blackbeard had this like super cool elaborate plan, but he was like, I don't have the power to do this. I know. I'll need Whitebeard to do all my help me get everything done.
Yeah, it was. I thought it was amazing. Like seeing Dofi just eat those hits and like, you saw when he like blitzed Luffy.
Yeah.
It was like,
Yeah.
Blitz him in the air.
I was like, what?
But the thing is, they didn't end it up like they did in the manga. Because I think they're doing it half-half.
How? What do you mean?
Like, the previous episode, it ended up like half when Law was like, he was crawling to the ground and he stood up. Which, in the manga, it showed that Dofu got back up. And that's when he was about to fucking crush Law's head, and Luffy stops him there. But they cut that part where they could just drag that shit and end it there. No, they went and they cut half the episode, half the manga chapter, and started from this episode.
Huh?
So they did that with the Sabo thing. They
What are you
do
talking
it.
about?
They
What's
do it
up,
all
Dr. Blick?
Yo, what's good?
What's happening, bro? We talking about that One Piece episode from last night.
the time. Oh.
Yeah.
You saw it?
No, I haven't seen it yet. I'm almost caught up. Almost. I saw what's his name? I saw when Love his arm chopped though. That's where I'm at. I'm at like 708.
Yeah, this
Yeah,
episode
I
was hype, bro. We had the clash of Luffy and Dofi, and we saw like a different variation of Conqueror's Haki, kinda.
Sure, yeah.
Because I saw the build up because I saw that what's his name? Doflamingo's Haki his Haki game looks it's the same color as what's his name? Virgo's. So I knew his Haki game was like strong.
Yeah, I noticed that too. Like as far as the coloring as far as Dofi's Haki, it was a different color than Luffy's. I don't know if that was intentional. Did you guys see that?
I mean, I did notice that, yeah.
Yeah, it's like purplish.
Yeah.
I think that's another like point to extend like you know what I mean like a more stronger form than it even than the original. Show that his hockey game is stronger.
No, I don't think you could just swap colors like that. If you got one, you can't swap it.
You mean
No, I'm not saying you can swap it. I'm just saying like if you train harder with your hockey, couldn't it like change into a different color?
Well, that would be well. Let's say that you have like I don't know yellow, and you train yellow, and yellow becomes orange. I don't see that happening if you don't add red.
I'm just like, it's Dragon Ball where like every time you get stronger and your color changes. I'm like, so what is the reason for that?
I mean, I guess it's to show the difference.
But that anime panel where you fucking get pissed, I'm gonna kill you all. I'm not gonna die.
Yeah.
Brook probably already
You're
has
torturing me.
color of
I'm
rainbow.
still gonna live.
You said
Brook
Brook has
probably
a
only has the color of the weakling.
Thank you.
I'm saying rainbow because he has all colors.
Oh.
No,
That's
let's all be
hilarious.
honest. Brook has the color of the black because he's dead.
What do you think when it comes to the Straw Hats? What kind of hockey they're gonna give?
Well, Nami obviously observation.
Yeah,
I think
observation for Nami.
Robin.
Conquerors for Narino.
Who?
What?
Conquerors for who?
Brook.
Bro.
Okay,
Conquerors was Nami, bro. What do you mean? What you guys talking about? Nami's gonna get Conqueror's hockey the way she makes Sanji fall on the ground all the time, bro.
Yeah.
That's a good
No, now they're gonna get the hockey. The hockey
That's
of the
some Boa
beat.
Hancock shit right
Yeah,
there.
why do you think Boa Hancock has it?
I think she probably does.
has
No,
it,
she
but
definitely
never-
does.
She had it. It
Look,
was
you see Sanji,
stated
bro.
that
He
she
looked
had
at
it.
Boa Hancock and turned into stone.
Yeah.
No, it was stated that she had it. That's a confirmed fact.
Wait, didn't we see it?
No, we haven't seen it, but she's
remember
still. But when Luffy,
he had conquered Haki just like Sister and Whitebeard or something.
yeah, she said it as well. She said it in One Piece.
Yeah.
She said that she had.
Yeah, so it's confirmed. I mean, it's like how many people there have been confirmed to have Conqueror's Haki?
Shanks, 8.
Just a few.
And
But I
Brook.
think Zoro has it.
What's that? That guy, Luffy fought at the Coliseum. He has it as well.
John
Chinjao.
Yeah. What's it? I think Pitt has it as well. Shanks has it. I know Shanks has it.
Yeah, Shanks has shown it.
Whitebeard.
Whitebeard has it.
Yeah,
I think
really.
Zoro has it.
I think so too. I think Zoro has it as well.
No, when
Okay, no, let me say something about that.
just got
No
banged.
straw hat should get it. Besides Luffy. I think that's
Why
Luffy's
not?
like...
No, come on.
Zoro should at least get it.
If you
I think Zoro will get it.
I think Zoro should, bro.
No, I
think
said this in my
Zoro-
video on it. There is no point in getting... Conquered Haki is like Luffy's thing, and if you look at it, no one that had Conquered Haki so far has really served under anybody.
Wait, no, you're wrong about that.
Ray Lee
You're wrong.
served under.
You got Ace. Ace served under Whitebeard, and he had that shit.
True, but you have to look at it like...
But he didn't even know
Ray
what he
Lee
did.
as well under Parking. So.
I think the right hand can have Conqueror's Haki.
Yeah, that's the
You
thing.
could argue
you don't
that.
know.
I just don't see Zoro
I
getting
don't think it would
it.
be at the same
I
time.
feel like Zoro, but part of his character that makes him badass is that he can have the same effect that Conquered Haki just by being so intimidating.
Yeah,
I feel like
if you
you'd be
look at when it comes
so
to
badass, you were going
No,
to.
I want Lord to get Conqueror's Haki, bro.
Wait, you don't think
he has it.
intimidation is a form of being a conqueror?
No, I mean I don't think he's actually going to he's actually going to have it. I feel like he's just going to be able to do the same thing just by look. Like instead of making him pass out, he'll just look at them and they'll like run away. You know what I mean?
You know that when Zoro does that dirty look that he always does with that warm.
Yeah, like kind of like when he looked at Monet. I don't think that was Conqueror Haki. I think
That wasn't Conqueror's Haki. He just scared her.
Yeah,
When
I
he
feel
looked
like
at that
he's gonna-
dragon-
Wait. So what do we think it was?
I think he was. I think that was just like it was a psychological thing. Remember, he proved he could cut her.
Right.
Okay, that's psychological thing. But what does that mean with the whole Usopp scaring Sugar, bro?
You could argue so many people have conquered Haki if you're saying all you need to do is scare somebody. You could argue Nami had it just because she scared. Because she had
She
scared
was
Luffy.
scared, bro. She makes Sanji pass out. Sanji could barely stay on his feet. Being trapped in the island with
Well, then
bunch of
again,
kings.
Nami also hurt Luffy because let me quote. Technically, Nami can hurt Luffy, and I actually found out the reason.
No, what's his name? Oda confirmed that she can.
Yeah, no, Oda said Nami can hurt Luffy because she can hurt his spirit, and I'm like, that is the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
What does that mean?
That means it means the same thing that Luffy can stress 100 Gumus means.
I'd be wondering that too. Like, I've seen in the anime, she grabs him, she twists him, she even makes him bleed. I'm like, what the fuck? You're not using Haki. How can you make someone bleed? He's made of rubber.
Here's the I say comedic relief, really. I mean, here's a better question: how come Sakura able to hurt Naruto? It's the same kind of thing. It's like,
But Sakura's a different situation. Have you seen her punch in Gaiden when she broke that whole house?
no, I understand why. I'm like, after Naruto becomes like at a certain point, there are times when he causes him pain. I'm like, you really shouldn't be able to do that.
No, but the thing about it is, yeah, with Naruto's situation, if he's off guard,
Yeah.
Naruto's a physical
Naruto's
person.
so like that guy
point.
is still.
But it's kind of like, it's like the same thing as like,
Naruto's still
why is
kind
Naruto
of human, if you know what I mean.
like why Naruto? It's like because it's for comedy
Why does he
purposes. If somebody seriously hit him like that, he would have blocked it. But no, he lets it happen because it's comedy.
No, he lets it happen because it's Sakura. Like, come on.
Yeah,
No, but that's the outside of universe explanation. It's like it's comedy, so it's not meant to be taken seriously. Same thing with
No,
not
bro,
hitting
like-
Luffy.
In real life here, most of the time here, you rarely see a guy dodge slap from a girl. Most of the time, they actually full on get hit.
True.
Yeah, because Luffy's not going to retaliate against like
Manga
No,
Bros.
the thing about Luffy is I don't think Luffy just cares. You have the time you have to really think about it. It's a little bit different than Naruto. Naruto doesn't always deserve it. Luffy normally deserves it, and he normally does do something really stupid. You know what I mean?
Nah, you know it deserves it, Momonosuke, bro.
No, I
Hey,
hate this shit. I hate
you
that
see
shit
his
so
troll
much.
face, yo? His troll face, like on Robin's boobs.
I know,
Yeah,
my
man.
favorite
Oh,
scene
that
is when he fights with Luffy, and I think it's something like that, Luffy, why are you fighting with a 5-year-old?
That kid's a real pervert, man.
I hate that kid. I hate that kid more than I hate
He
Fairy
takes it after Kinemon.
Come on, you guys.
Kinemon isn't like a bastard. Kinemon
You
was
guys-
Like a no punch blow
Here's
up.
the thing that's funny about it, though. He goes in like he baits with them, he hugs them, he squeezes their boobs, and they don't see that he's squeezing them, that he's basically like doing shit.
I don't think they care.
You gotta
It's 'cause
feel
he's a
your
kid.
You know what I'm saying? You gotta make sure you're comfortable, in nice position, throw yourself around places, just keep yourself comfortable. That's what he's doing.
He's a kid.
Come on, man.
I don't think they're not looking at it serious. He's a kid.
Come on, even
It's the same thing with Chopper. Like it was.
Nah, he's not a kid. You see his face, bro? He is smiling. He put a rub on his face like into it. He is smiling. He is having a nice time.
Oh, he's definitely enjoying it.
I wonder how long Oda's gonna go with that bounty joke with Chopper. When he's gonna get some real recognition? Because
How much do you want to bet?
Never.
Luffy dies
I don't think
at
that's
the end
ever
of the
gonna
series?
happen.
No, I don't think it's ever gonna happen.
Come on, man. At least give him 1 million, 1,000, 1 million or something.
What I expect, right? It's like they're gonna be in battle, and then they're gonna be like, "Oh, this is just a guy with like 100 berry,"
It's a
and
pack.
Chopper is gonna wipe the floor with them.
Which
No, he's
makes
gonna
me
walk up
sad.
and he's gonna destroy them like a vice admiral.
They're gonna be like, "What the hell?"
They're gonna be like, wait,
Nah,
he's
he's
a vice
gonna
admiral.
go form here, and then he's gonna be like one of them the Zoro from DBZ, and just mess like a whole marine base up by himself.
The thing that pissed me the most is the fact Usopp got 200 million for just knocking
Nah,
people
that's a
out.
troll. That's a troll.
Yeah.
No,
that's-
I like that. It shows how stupid
To
the
me-
government is.
To me, that's impossible. You can't make Usopp the new what do you call Luffy, Sanji, and Zoro when they're together again?
Nah,
The
he's not part of
monster-
the trio. He's
Yeah,
not.
he's not part. He's a troll.
Sanji's weak.
It's as if he replaced Sanji.
Well,
He's not-
Sanji left the. Wasn't it implied Sanji isn't left the crew?
No,
Yes.
Sanji hasn't left the crew. He's just
It
kidnapped over
implied
there.
that he's leaving
Okay,
the crew
it's
temporarily.
ridiculous. It's
No,
ridiculous.
so at
that
the
he can't-
moment, if you wanted to say, if you want to put Usopp in that
it's still
position,
not
you can.
Usopp.
No, Usopp's not there, man. He's just a
Okay. So
You
in
hear
this
what
next arc,
Oda said?
Sanji's
Oda
gonna say
said
who's gonna
about who
take on the
joins
third
it.
powerful. The most.
Wait,
So
wait,
guys,
say that
guys,
again.
Oda said no matter who joins, Usopp will always be the weakest.
Thank
He's a
you.
troll character. He's not made like him having that bounty is just like just be a troll.
Wait,
What
what
did
were
you
you
say?
saying, Lance?
What did you say, Lance?
I said, if Sanji isn't there for this next arc, who's gonna take the third place? for
Oh,
the
it can't
three
be Usopp, man.
It has to be either Robin or
I don't
Frankie.
think I can take this Usopp shit, man.
Maybe
I don't think
I would say
Frankie's
maybe
weak.
Robin.
In my opinion, Frankie's is nothing special. I'd say
Oh,
Usopp.
come on, you're nothing special. He's more better than Usopp. He should have
Frankie-
done that.
Bro,
Frankie
that guy
could
sounds
be. I think Frankie's the fourth strongest member of the crew.
Super. You think
Super
Usopp would have
game.
beaten Senior Pink?
Usopp had his
No,
own.
but the thing about Usopp is, yeah,
Well, the thing with
if you
that whole
notice-
fight was bullshit.
You think so?
no.
Whole fight
Okay,
was-
With Frankie and Singing Pink,
Okay,
yeah,
this
that
is what I'm gonna say.
straight
The
stupid.
thing about Usopp is,
That was funny. It was funny as hell. I loved
It
it.
was funny, but it was bullshit.
Yeah, it
I
was
know,
bullshit.
guys,
It was the
Guys,
first
the
thing
thing about
about the
Usopp is-
fight. There was like a
Frankie
beat. You
pulled
know
back
that
on
one piece beat you always get before the action starts, and you see him.
dun.
No, not
dun,
that one. Like no, it's got like dun 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 dun.
Overtaken, right?
That beat, and you see them going around. You think they're gonna go punch? No, they're throwing diaper bombs and shit and nipples, which which is funny.
Yeah, it was hilarious. I mean, I
No,
enjoyed
but,
it.
guys, yeah, the whole Usopp thing.
But I really love what they did with the Senior Pink part, like the ending battle, like where he gets punched back and he's swimming in air, and his glasses like there's like a shade of the sun, reflection of the sun, and then it breaks. You see his
Yeah,
eyes.
it was good.
That was good.
Here's a
No,
better
but-
question. Why haven't we seen Doflamingo's eyes?
We'll never see it. We'll never see it, man.
Doflamingo's eyes is the equivalent of Kakashi's face.
Pretty
Well,
much.
Johnny's face was revealed.
That
They
was
said-
fucking.
Yeah, at the end of the series, we'll see it then.
I saw a theory that Dofi has a Sharingan. That's why he's holding it.
It's really that he's cross-eyed as fuck.
You say he's
And
cross-eyed?
that shit. So like when he kicks us,
glasses, and you see the manga kills, bro.
Yo, remember?
I know.
Guys, I have a great theory. All right, you ready? You're here to hear first. Doflamingo is Sasuke reborn in an alternate universe after his death.
With a bad headline.
Oh.
What I'm gonna say about this?
I can see it happen because Sasuke did pull some Kidori shit that looked like a bunch of wire threads or something like that.
So Sasuke just crossed over. That's what we're saying.
Sasuke was reborn at
Because I
Doflamingo.
remember he did some Kidori shit like that.
I did say Shocky was from Hunter x Hunter, but
I mean,
No,
Haki was pretty much a crossover from Naruto.
I got one thing to say about the whole Usopp situation. Yeah, I'm gonna say this. Yeah, I feel like Usopp's character is to represent that you don't have to be strong to be useful. That's what pretty much Usopp.
He should have been at least 100. I would have been fine. But Frankie, he's had that like 44 bounties since what 30 years. Robin should have gotten more bounties since after the Annie's.
because it went about 1 million after Annie's life.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's stupid because she got the bounty on her head when she was 8 years old. She got an 80 million bounty at 8 years old. 20 years passed, so that bounty should have just gone up. Like she would have been a supernova back then.
Well, that bounty back in the day was just a precaution. Like,
Well, I know.
she's probably finally catching up with her bounty.
I agree with that.
They should have doubled it.
No, but you don't look at it this way. Yeah. You didn't look at the fact that when you think about it, yeah, the reason Usopp is there to be a troll, like in DBZ you got Haki who takes credit for saving the world, and when he does stuff by accident, people think that he does it intentionally. And the whole reason why Buggy is still relevant. Like, come on.
That buggy shit is disgusting. The fact
Hey,
that
we
he
got a
got
guy in the chat named Buggy, so
Being hella weak, bro. We've seen this guy since like episode, like, what's it, like 4? And this
I
guy
think
is
it's
still
5.
Hey.
I think the other two must be Brogy and Dory.
So Usopp's shown to be a troll character.
Yeah,
he's still a troll. That bounty is.
the bounty. Yeah, it's
That could
not.
have been Frankie's bounty, man. And I would have loved to see the scene like Frankie beating the shit out of Usopp in that chapter. Like he was pissed. Caught him God Usopp.
It makes sense for Usopp to get it. I expected that, like for order to troll like that for Usopp to get.
I
wouldn't say it's a troll.
No, it is troll.
Well, in fact, I wouldn't be pissed if they just switched Robin's bounty with Usopp's bounty. That would have been fine for me.
How strong do you guys think Usopp is, then? Lance, how strong do you
We're good
think?
at Nami.
How strong I think Usopp is?
We're good at Straw Hat.
Robin hasn't really done anything that warrants a bounty to be.
She took out all 3 of the monster trio.
Come on, man. Robin's like she's got shadow clothes and shit, man.
Robin
Yeah,
took out the monster
No,
trio.
I'm not saying, but she hasn't done anything like horribly wrong other than know the opponent lists, like be able to read it.
And you do realize the government probably considered
Well,
that worse
probably
of a
because
crime.
it was
than
how
what Luffy
this
did.
story was made out to be. Like she didn't do really much, and just protect Rebecca's ass.
Well,
I
then
mean,
again, Rebecca needs somebody to protect her ass, otherwise she would die.
Well,
Even though
well,
nobody would
not
care
really.
if
She
she
couldn't
died.
really die. She does have observation. Huh?
nah, Rebecca.
No, Rebecca would be like,
Yeah,
oh,
she
you want to
was-
kill me? Well, I'm going to
yeah.
stand here and
She
do
has
absolutely
observation,
nothing.
Haki, man. Luffy even said it.
I got a question for all of you guys. Yeah, you know how like the whole plan to take down Kaido. Yeah, how did they expect it? They
No,
struggled.
I have a theory. Now, let's hear me out. I think that the 30%, 35% chance, law we're talking about, I think that was Sir Doflamingo and not Kaido. I think he was lying to Luffy. And that was actually...
I don't think so.
No, so you think they have a 35... Dude, let's be honest. Their chances of being Kaido or Doflamingo were pretty damn low. There's no way they have a 35% chance of beating Kaido.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Unless
Law might know
Doflamingo is
something
strong as Kaido.
about Kaido that we don't know.
Yeah, I think
He did put out the groundworks how to beat him. He said we have to reduce his forces so he doesn't have any more like devil
No,
fruit
but
powers.
you're right. Law's real goal is
For the
undeniably
factory,
to kill
so it
Doflamingo.
was the factory itself.
Okay, wanted to take down Doflamingo, but Kaido was in his long-term goal. A short-term goal: get Kaido to get angry at Doflamingo and take down Kaido.
yeah.
That's the only reason why he formed it with Luffy.
I
I
think
wonder, now do I see the bounty of Jack is 1 billion. How disgusting are Marco and the rest of the 10 crews of Whitebeard's old crew? Like,
Well, Mark, I don't know.
Marco's pretty powerful.
is that the reason why that Oda has never shown the bounties of the other pirate captains?
Oh, for sure.
It is disgusting. They're like around Jack's level.
Yeah,
Maybe
Marco's
age
definitely
50,
up there.
age 50, 90. Because I don't think the Yonkos like 1 billion. Now do I see Jack is supporting it? The Yonkos must be like maybe like 80 billion.
80 billion?
I would
80
say
billion.
no. I would no. Here's a better question. I would without Roger. Roger must have been at least like two billion.
No. Roger's poster said run away.
No, come on, man.
No,
Because
Roger's
I've
bounty.
seen,
No, I
I've
bet
seen,
you Roger bounty would
I've seen
just do
posters
not engage.
online,
It
and
was like
I'm wondering if they're actually the real thing. Like I saw this on a YouTuber called Review Anime. He has a like a Mihawk poster behind him, like
no, those are
750.
fake.
Yeah,
Nah,
because I'm wondering like these posters are they real or fake?
Fake.
And Whitebeard's what 1 billion something, and now you see Jack coming in there 1 billion. Like, what the fuck?
No, that's the thing. No, but you want to hear a funny story about fake posters? I bought last year at Christmas. I bought myself all the Straw Hat Bounty posters, and then like less than a year later, they get new bounties, and I'm like, really? These bounties have been around like this year, and when I get them during that year, they change them. I'm like, oh, that's not fair, man.
Yo,
When I saw the total bounty of Luffy's crew, I almost thought that he was
Hello?
the biggest crew out there. But now
Well,
we see Jack.
actually,
What's
he
up?
is the only known character
Well,
that had.
you can
that-
say
that-
for
You gotta
the
think
only
about this
supernova.
as well.
with every
Alright?
member having a bounty.
You gotta think.
let's say you're gonna say.
Okay, so Jack has a 1 billion berry bounty, alright?
Yeah.
So I thought people that are like for warlords, for example, everybody in their crew doesn't have a bounty. So the Yonko must have a bounty. So what do you think the fucking Yonko height of his
10
bounty is?
billion, they're around 10, 20 billion.
And then
I
Dragon
don't think
is
it's
the
that.
most
Dragon
wanted
must,
man
be,
alive.
Dragon must be like double that.
Just look at you gotta just base it off of where Luffy and Zoro, where the difference is there. Like, so it's like what 100, 200. So I predict they're probably like double, like
Yeah.
probably 2 billion.
Well,
No,
here's the question: if a Yonko 2 billion, then what is Roger?
Roger's probably 5
Now, what
double.
about Roger? Roger's dead.
Sorry.
We're gonna worry about Monkey D. Dragon.
You know, Monkey D. Dragon bounty is probably. I feel like Roger at least may have a bounty and just like it may not even have a bounty. It may just be like, do not engage, you will
Yeah, that's
die.
what I'm saying. Run away.
It'll probably be like a bounty.
Like
Suicide.
the
That would
opposite
be
of
the bounty.
Sanji's bounty.
His bounty would be
There is-
suicide.
there is
Wanted
a
only
theory
alive,
that-
wanted only dead.
That Dragon
Want that
may have been part of Roger's crew.
Dragon.
Oh, you guys.
No, I believe he had an alliance with Dragon possibly, but I don't think he was a crew member.
Yeah.
I go,
If he was a crew member,
No,
the government
because
would want him
there
dead.
was that gust of wind, that green wind that always appear like near the what was it called? The one where he almost Luffy almost got executed. Which
Lockdown.
arc it was? Lockdown. Right? There was
Lockdown.
that green wind, and people are speculating that this dude must be Logia or Paramecia. And I'm thinking Dragon's a devil fruit because when he grabbed Sabo, we did not see him touch the water. In fact, I think his body was floating like smoke.
Whoa.
Well, anybody that has a smoke devil fruit's pretty much useless.
Let's not even do that. Let's
No,
not.
but I've been thinking. I was thinking about this the other day, and you know what I realized?
Let's
I
not.
realized that if Dragon, when you're thinking that if Dragon had been a member of Roger's crew, I don't think I think the government would have done. I think the government would have been like, okay, wipe this now off the face of the earth now. They would have had they would have had every single person that was at admiral level, and they would have just sent the entire force after him.
Think they would have won?
Yeah, they would have done day one. They would have just sent everything before he even started the army. They would be like, this guy wants to destroy us, and he's a member of the Roger Pirates. Too dangerous. He needs to be annihilated. Get the 7 warlords. Get all 3 admirals. Get Sengoku. Get Garp.
But do you want to
And
leave
send them
everywhere
after the
defenseless for the other Yonkos to move in?
I don't think they would care at that point. I mean,
The other Yonkos?
imagine how dangerous a man with knowledge of with that knows what the One Piece is that wants to destroy the government is.
I'm
But the
thinking
government
everywhere.
doesn't even know
I
what
like
the
that
One Piece is.
No, but they don't know that. They don't know what Roger did on Rata.
How about
Because
guys?
the One Piece is not something stupid. Like it's just the bonds we share, like some Naruto shit. Oh, the bonds we share, the freedom, that kind of bullshit. It better be some ancient weapon.
No, it
I
is.
think
No,
it is.
Oda had confirmed it's not
Because I
some
think
Wizard of
it
Oz
is.
bullshit. Oda
Because-
said that.
It kind of spoiled in the One Piece episode 0. Like Shiki comes in there and says, "Roger, I know you found some kind of ancient weapon. Let's join forces. We'll
Well,
conquer
no,
the
that was
world."
before Roger of Pirate King, though, so that can't have been that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the One Piece adventure. What do you mean? They're gonna get to the One Piece. Yeah. They're gonna open it. Yeah. Roger's gonna write a message. Yeah. It's like, yeah, this is all for the adventure.
No. Have fun, guys. I always had this little theory that it would be hilarious if Oda was Roger is a troll, and it's just like a bikini like a swimsuit that his wife's Rouge would use her favorite swimsuit, and it's just like a one-piece swimsuit. It's like really stroke. It's like transparent, like they do it.
Wait,
I feel like it has something to do with the poneglyphs. Like, if you know what I mean, because they can't just say that you can't just see like bits of poneglyphs like everywhere. And the way Roger was
No,
making
I think the poneglyphs were made by the Skypians, so I think it's made out of like sea prism stone or something.
Well, they can't have been made by the Skypians. They were made by the ancient kingdom.
No, they were made by the Skypians, the Shandians, the Bilkins, all these guys.
That wouldn't make any sense, really.
Because if you look at the Enel's ship, the Maxim, it looks like something like they don't even have like fucking electricity to power up that kind of shit.
Well,
there was like technology.
Look at what you said for a minute. Emerald, yes, electricity.
Yeah, but there were some things in there
Isn't
like
Emerald a
power
living
shit
generator?
that they didn't have.
But Emerald is a living generator. Emerald could easily make just something like that.
Wait, say that again?
Emerald's a living generator, so that's probably the reason he had that ship. He can just generate electricity.
Well, it does make a point that the ancient civilizations could have just landed there, because you know that the Shandians are part of the three races that somehow, which the story, I don't get the story. They lived on the moon, and they came down to Earth, and they made robots. I mean, I know it's a cover story, but it doesn't make sense.
Wait, what cover story are he talking about?
The cover story of Enel.
I vaguely remember that one, yeah.
With NL?
Yeah, Enel.
Enel is an overrated character, honestly.
No, he's really bad. I think.
No, I know that he's bad. I mean, like when people say, "Oh, Enel gonna come back," and be like, some people say he's gonna come back and be Yoko level, and I'm like, no.
No, he's gonna come back in the story.
He's gonna come back, but he's not gonna come back and be stronger than Kaido and Shanks.
Probably in chapter 2000.
I'm saying what's his name? Crocodile's coming back.
Oh, he's definitely coming back. I don't know if his personality has changed though. He looks like he changed like within the war. He got his old personality back. Cause he told Luffy, "I was like you back then, but the sea, the harshness of the seas changed me, and you're gonna be the same."
What's his name? We all know Revolutionaries coming back.
Rob Lucci's coming back. Well, we already got a sneak peek on this dude.
No, but the thing about
what I don't understand is how the fuck is that guy that got wrecked by a Frankie in his lobby came back like what's that guy that he literally got broken by Robin at the end.
Here, I have a better question. No, I have a better question. How the actual hell is Dr. Correa still alive?
I don't know, man. Maybe she 19 gave it potions or something.
No, she could be immortal. That is very possible.
There's no way, man. How many times
that woman knows more. Remember, that woman knows about the will of
How many times has the Opi no Mi shown in One Piece? Only once. It said it only appeared one time. This doctor aided and he performed miracles, and I think that it was performed on Kaido.
No, I think I heard that.
No.
Come on now.
It'll be too much of a coincidence if that happens. They won't introduce it just for that.
Oh, well, somebody had to become immortal. So who it is? Is he still alive? He or she?
They never said. Yeah, they never said anybody became immortal.
No. They did. No, well, it's speculated. Well, they did because Doflamingo said. Well, how would they know about the ultimate trick of that devil fruit? It's to make you immortal.
No, that's what about if people know about a technique, it's been done before. It's the same thing with Dragon Ball with Captain Ginyu body change. It's like the body he had on Namek can't be his original body. Yet how can you practice a technique that changes bodies? You can't. You have to use it. You have to use an attack to know what it is. It's that simple.
Yeah, but don't forget, Doflamingo, he's a celestial dragon, a former celestial dragon. He probably got information on devil fruits that we don't know about.
Yeah, but to gather information, you need to have knowledge on it. And the only way to know
that's what I'm saying. That's probably old, ancient information that we don't know about that he knows. That's celestial dragons know. That's why I got a theory on this later, but I'll talk about it later. But like I said, the government hunt red devil fruits, and we know the government was going after that devil fruit. There's a reason for that.
Well, no, but I know the reason, because the government wants power so they can murder people for no good reason.
Do you think that Ace might have survived the fight if Law had got in there and just roomed over there and just cut up some piece of
No,
the
actually, no. Anybody would have turned. Some random ass guy that was like Vice Admiral level would have turned around and
because
killed him.
I think Law would have gotten out. He just throws a rock at where Ace is, just zooms over there, cuts some parts, avoid the Karoseki sea stones, and just jump out of there. Submarine or gone.
Here's
No, it wouldn't happen.
You know, Marco could
It wouldn't happen. It wouldn't happen. Marco could only do it.
No, Sengoku would have just been like, bitch, no. And Sengoku would know he was coming because of observation Haki. Sengoku would have just blasted Law and killed him.
I think Law wasn't strong enough back then. Like,
dude, nobody was strong enough, dude. I mean, the only chance that Ace would have had a survival would have been if the whole Straw Hat crew was together, and he still would have died.
Even if they were together, because
My theory, I feel that I don't feel like the Straw Hat would give Ace the time to take that blow for Luffy. I think one of them would do it before it could even register in Ace's head.
So Lance,
I think Law would be like, bitch, out of my way. Like he'd be like, you're not fast enough, and he would just run and take the blow for Luffy.
So Lance, do you think Ace was a strong character? Because this dude left 3 years prior to Luffy going out, and this dude had Haki. He didn't know he used Haki. But if this dude was under a Yonko and they told him how harsh the New World is and taught him about Haki, he should have had Haki and go against like fucking guys like the other admirals. Where he didn't use Haki at all. So
he probably could have beaten Ono. He probably could have held it over against the admiral, but not beaten. The problem is that he was tired. He was hungry.
Well, I don't think he had Haki. I think he had the opposite, the Conqueror thing, but he didn't know. He didn't know he had it, so basically I'm thinking he was just, maybe Sabo is the owner of the Mara no Mita. He should be the owner itself. Ace should have never gotten that fruit, because if he had added Haki to that shit, you see what he did to fucking Burgess? He was only wrecking Burgess like.
Burgess was weaker than Ace pre-time skip.
I think Ace did have the two Haki's observation and armory. But I don't think.
No, I don't think he did. If he did, he would have fucking used that shit. Even if it was invisible, he would have probably used that shit. But he didn't do anything.
I don't know. I think.
No, not observation. Not observation. For Conqueror Haki.
Well, he didn't know he had it. He didn't know. He just when he was fighting against Blue Jam, he just did it like, oh, don't kill Luffy. It just unconsciously did it.
But you know, I think 20 years later, he should almost 2 decades later, he should know how to control.
I don't know. I don't think even until his death he didn't know he had it. Like Luffy didn't know he had Conqueror Haki.
No. He probably knew. I think Egg was just overconfident with his Devil Fruit and was like, "Why would I need Haki? I'm a fireman."
Exactly.
I think I'm that badass.
I think he had.
Unless someone asks Oda, does Ace has Haki? I'm gonna say he doesn't. I think he has. He doesn't know he has like the fucking Conqueror. It's like the Sharingan. Like when
No.
When the Uchihas were getting massacred and Sasuke awakened his Sharingan, and then he passes out and he doesn't remember until like 6 years later, and then he remembers, oh, that did happen. I did awaken the Sharingan.
No, but I think how it worked. I think he knows it. I don't think he cares.
The thing is, Ace was on a Yonko ship. He was second commander, right?
Well, but that's the thing. If you're going to be the second in command, you
have to assume.
Okay, no, I need to say that Oda has said in an interview, guys, that the numbers of like the division commander number you are does not matter when it comes to strength. Like you could be the first division commander, that does not mean you're the strongest member next to Whitebeard.
So who do you think was stronger than Ace?
Well, I think Marco. I think Vista may have been stronger.
No way.
Clearly,
obviously, the captains have more experience. They're like full-fledged New World men.
Clearly, Teach.
They're gonna wreck him.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, Teach and Marco are clearly stronger.
Yeah.
Well,
clearly,
there are some people that are theorizing how the One Piece is gonna end. Like who's gonna match up against who? Some think it's gonna be Luffy against Akainu. I think it's not gonna happen.
No,
it's gonna be Sabo. It's gonna be fire against lava. Fire against lava once again, and fire is gonna beat lava once
No, and it's gonna be more like a thing like you killed my brother, and I'm gonna get you back for that.
I don't think
And
Luffy's,
I'm gonna use his
Luffy's gonna go
will.
against Blackbeard. And some people are saying that Zoro will never get a chance to wreck what's his name again?
Yeah.
Mihawk, yeah, because he was his teacher. It's gonna be Shiryu who's gonna kill him. And
I
then
actually agree with that. I think
Zoro-
That's a dumb. That would be a cliche
that
whack
would be
theory.
bad. That would be so bad if they use that plot line. No, he
Yeah,
has
what's
to be
good, Ash?
Mihawk.
That would
what's
be a
good,
weak
Ash?
theory.
You say it would be a weak theory?
The Shiryu versus
If
Zoro
Mihawk,
fighting for.
if she
Yeah, that would be
killed
right.
his sensei,
Because
that'd
it's
be-
a weak
that's
plot.
Okay,
cool.
wait, can someone tell me when it was stated that to be the world's greatest swordman you needed to murder the other one? I thought Zoro had never said he wants to kill Mihawk. He says he wants to fight Mihawk and
No,
beat him.
Zoro can kill someone if he wants. He just doesn't kill girls.
No, I want to know. People think like if Zoro would need to kill Mihawk, he doesn't need to kill. It's not like if you don't kill me, I'm not degraded. All he needs to do is defeat Mihawk.
Pretty much severely wound Mihawk. But I be hearing out there a lot with the Shiryu's gonna kill
that's the thing.
Mihawk
Because
and then
I think
Zoro's gonna cry.
I think it's kind of weak.
It's stupid.
Because-
It's stupid. Yeah, it's stupid.
No, well, I understand
Because
why.
I've seen that type of theory in many mangas. Like the master dies, like the student couldn't beat the master yet. He went on training. He came back to challenge the master. Master gets killed by some other guy. It's as if he
Are you
beats
not
the
being
other guy. It's
smart
like he
lines
beats
of
the
the
master.
First of all, Zoro only has one master, and that's the guy in the East Blue. Let's get that first. Mihawk is not his master. He just helped him out with a little bit something. That's it.
No,
That's
Mihawk
it.
is a master, man. Did you see what he did in the Marine arc?
Mihawk is not Zoro's master. Mihawk is not Zoro's master. He just helped
Okay,
him
well,
with some
so
little
who do you think is stronger between Law and Zoro? Because I just compared like what Zoro did to Pika, and I looked at it on a sky
Law-
view in the manga page. Pika looked like just like a stone like a pillar, a giant pillar. What in fact Law wrecked an entire mountain range in Punk Hazard.
Well, no, Law
if
can
you
cut.
know about the
Law has
stream-
no physical limit though. Like, Law can cut anything.
But that's the thing.
If you know about the stream,
I think if
yeah,
Law
you know
wanted
about
to
the
wreck
stream.
Pika, he could have done it.
Easily, he would. He
You
all he
said
needed.
Law
if he-
could've- Law could
No,
have beaten.
no.
I think Law would have beaten Pika.
He would have
probably
done
sooner.
it, man. Come on, if you compare the panel with the Punk Hazard shit, and then you compare what Zoro did, and look at the size of Pika, even Pika alone is not big enough for Dressrosa. He's like a fucking nail.
But I think it's all about matchups, though. Like,
No, you also need to consider the developer powers. Law didn't put any effort to cutting the island because that would take room. And then the factory and all
How
that.
disgusting is that room, anyways? Could it get even bigger?
it can be as big as his
Because
physical.
he said that if he keeps using it, he's gonna die. Like,
I mean, if he
That's
uses
the biggest-
past
I think if he uses
if he-
the-
oh,
yeah,
it's kind
he's
of
gonna-
like how you see in Naruto with chakra. You use too much chakra, you pass out. You try to go beyond
That's
that.
only
you'll
true
fucking die.
up until for created the war. Just
Yeah.
saying.
The way you seen the bubble, that's the biggest he get. He said it.
the
That's the
one.
biggest.
Well, no, he probably means at the moment. He can make it if he craves. He can make it bigger.
Didn't he cover the whole basically up there where Dofi was? He
Yeah, he
covered,
covered the
that
whole palace.
whole area, the whole palace.
Yeah, it
And
was
more.
half it was like the half the palace. Like it started like at the half bottom and it went up to the sky.
I mean, because he was on a whole different level when he switched.
Well, yeah, but the fact I didn't get in the manga is that he said he switched when he was getting bullets. He got one bullet, and the father I don't know if the father was dead. If it's the same father we saw before that was getting fucking musketing by Baby 5. Because, the anime had this father who was laughing at Pika's voice. Baby 5 changed her foot into a gun and fucking shot him off, and Toei Animation changed that shit. They turned it into a Gatling gun. I mean, really? You had a musket, and then you got a Gatling gun. You changed it to a Gatling gun, which is dangerous.
They make it, I don't know, as a toss.
I mean, this dude took about, I don't know how many rounds this dude took, and he was still alive. They still throw him off the building.
Here's a better question. How in the hell can you survive getting your organ rearranged? Some things in One Piece just don't make sense.
Wait. That could happen, man. In real life, that does happen.
He didn't destroy every organ. He destroyed probably whatever he touched. He didn't destroy every last one of them. Wherever he stabbed is where the organ got.
I'm talking about how Luffy had his organs
I still don't
destroyed and
understand
rebuilt.
the organ shit. Anyway, I don't know if it's is it burn or it's an implosion, because it looks more
Look
like
at
implosion than burn. Because if it was burn, okay, I would say okay, it's impossible.
Exploded. Yeah, it exploded. The way it looked on the cartoon, it exploded.
Yeah, but that's
Looked like
the
it
thing,
was being
it's
ripped
called
open.
gamma knife.
Yeah.
It's called gamma knife. And gamma knife, that thing
Yeah.
like fucking, it melts your insides in reality. Radiation melts your insides. It doesn't like
Well,
fucking.
here's another question. Why did Doflamingo turn into the Hulk after getting hit with that gamma?
Because
Hulk?
he's Doflamingo.
To the Hulk. What you mean?
You know, the gamma energy, what you made Brook Banner the Hulk.
Oh, I got you. Yeah. I got you.
Like, shouldn't he have turned into like the Hulk after that? Like,
But the thing is, how effective was that gamma knife? Because Law at that point,
I think it's
That's
because
the reason they won.
I
That
think
gamma
it's
knife is
because
one of the reasons
I think
they
that
won the fight.
gamma knife was like maybe 30% efficiency because
Maybe.
Law
Not even.
got tossed around. He
I
got
don't
tossed
think it
around.
was that much. Because
Not even.
think about
He didn't
think
even
about what Law
fall.
went through that day. That whole day. Think about what Law went through.
The dude
Like,
got
he
shot
just
like
died.
eight times.
And like his arm got cut off. He's already using it past its limit. It probably wasn't much there. So I mean,
But I
Can you
wonder,
guys
like,
hear me?
yeah,
Can you guys hear me?
yeah.
Oh, okay.
yeah, what's up,
Sorry
bro?
about that, you guys. I'm so sorry about it.
But the thing about it now, when I see the new chapter of One Piece, I wonder like if Chopper could just like use some surgery to reconnect like Nekomamushi and
Nah,
the
you just
Dark
that's
Stalker.
that's Law, bro.
No. You wouldn't need another person for that. You'd need like fucking Mancherry to pull that shit off. Like
I know it.
you needed Leo to stitch it up and Mancherry to heal it.
Nah, I think
Yeah.
Law.
Chopper and Law could do it. All they need is to have the limb.
Yeah.
Unless they got rid of the body parts.
Yeah, then the guy fucks.
Yeah,
Well,
or
unless
that.
somebody willing to volunteer their arms.
Well, when I
I
took
mean, there are a lot of
look
dead
at-
people there, so
Yo, I get buckets. I don't like that comment, man. 50%. I give it 25.
I
I give
get
it
buckets.
25.
I get buckets. I agree,
25.
bro. I agree.
25. I get buckets.
Law
No,
deserves
I
it.
will say it now. If it wasn't for Law, they would have lost.
Oh, clearly.
Whoa,
If it wasn't for Law,
whoa.
Sanji
Are you
would-
talking about the Dressrosa arc or
Dressrosa.
Yeah, the
Dressrosa?
fight.
Yeah, they would have lost. But then
Nah.
again,
You said they wouldn't have?
Yeah,
they would have lost.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Luffy was
But
losing
then
anyway,
But
though,
then again, it worked to their advantage because the Doflamingo family were slobs. Because you can't be like these big ass known group of pirates. You come in to fuck up a country, you frame a king, and then you don't work on your fucking hockey for like 10 fucking years.
The Straw Hats were not beating Dofi's crew.
No, they were beating them because they
The
were
Straw Hats
fucking
did not
lazy.
beat Dofi's crew. If
No,
because
no, Law, if it wasn't for Law, Luffy would have died right
They
on the
would have
very
died.
beginning of that fight. No,
If you're talking
you know what
about
happened?
just
Law would have taken
Doflamingo.
Luffy's head and just squashed it in his hand in the first 5 seconds. It would have been over in 5 seconds.
the Straw Hats versus Dofi's crew, you think they're beating them?
Yeah, they would have.
Yeah.
Flamingo would
They
take
would have.
everybody out with that.
No way.
You saw
they
in
would've.
this fight like they
Wait,
didn't
wait,
they didn't like go like fucking rounds. They
Wait,
would
wait.
just one shot it. Except
No,
for the Usopp.
Flamingo would have taken everybody but like Luffy, Zoro, and Sanji out with Conqueror Haki, and he would have just went over, taken out Zoro, and just killed Luffy. It would have been over in like,
We
I
had
don't
Brook,
think- I don't think so.
Brook, Nami, Chopper, and they were struggling against Jola.
Whoa. Let's get this right.
Weren't they?
They were.
Brooke, Nami,
Brooke,
and
Brooke
that's
was
just for plot purpose. That's
Plot purposes.
Obviously, it's
And
clearly plot purpose.
They were struggling. I think Dillinger could take care of any of those three.
I
Honestly,
clearly
Whoa.
forgot about that motherfucker, man. That
I
dude-
don't
that dude
know
was-
about that. I
that
think
dude was
maybe
disgusting.
Brooke could have took him. Brooke could have took him.
take out Dillinger.
I think all 3 of them together could
Yeah,
probably.
he would have had a really good
You said
series,
all
though.
three together, right? So
all
who's
3 1-on-3. No,
so who's fighting Lao G?
Lao G would probably be Frankie, I think.
Yeah,
Who's
that's a
fighting
good
Senor
matchup.
King?
Frankie, but Frankie was busy with his manly battle with.
Lao G, easily Sanji.
Give me
Easily
Chopper.
But then,
Sanji.
but then
Okay.
again, One Piece is it's one of those mangas where you see like if half the crew is gone, they find some sort of like brief replacement people they'll be able to
Yep.
still win the
Like
day.
like if you had
Yep.
Dolphy's crew going up against Luffy's crew, it's they're getting beat down really bad.
No, they're not.
Okay,
gonna
no, wait, you're telling me Luffy can beat
No,
Doflamingo
no,
in a
no.
one-on-one fight.
I think
No, no, no.
if the
Let's
crew
think
were
about it.
still on Dressrosa, they would have still wrecked the
No.
Doflamingo crew because they would have had help from the other people from the Coliseum.
No,
Listen-
no, can I just make one point? I agree that the crew itself would defeat all the crew members, but I don't see Luffy beating Doflamingo in a one-on-one fight.
No,
I'm drunk. Yo,
Yeah,
what
he
he's
wouldn't
making?
actually, and if Luffy can't do it, nobody else is gonna do it. So when it would
What he's
happen,
making?
Luffy would fight Doflamingo, he would die, then Doflamingo would go kill everybody else. And that's
True.
You said Luffy. You said
No,
Luffy was
okay,
die?
we can go through it because we have Diamante here as well with Trebo, and out of his like Diamante, who is being Diamante from the Straw Hat crew?
Brook.
No.
Brook.
I think that would be Brook.
Brook is.
Brook?
Brook is.
Brook could
Brook,
probably
yes.
freeze this dude. This dude's like
Yes.
flag man. You could just
Okay,
freeze
I was
him.
really
Diamante-
overestimating Brook.
Diamante is not fast.
Dude, you do
Diamante is not fast.
weaker than Nami and not Nami, then Frankie and Robin, right?
Yeah. Just to continue.
Is Brook stronger than Robin?
Yes.
Yeah, Brook could easily kill. Brook could kill Robin if he kills women. Brook could
I
kill
don't
Robin.
think beating Robin. Just
We
because-
have it.
Dude, if he could
we
break,
have-
not beating it to break Brook's neck. Just saying.
You can't break his neck. It's gonna come back together. We've seen it already.
Well, to continue what I was saying. The Doflamingo pirates, they took over Dressrosa 10 years ago. So if you took over a country 10 years ago, the odds are you should just prepare if some dude comes over there and fucks up your shit. You're making dirty dealings in a country where you're a warlord. You're basically selling weapons around. You're making slaves, and you're not even upping your game of hockey. Your hockey's not up. Like that's why they
That's not-
lost.
No.
They got cocky.
That's true.
The full crew was.
That's not true.
No, they
But
got
Diamante was participating in the Coliseum as well.
Well,
And
if
you know
look at-
there's fighters from all around the world. So
yeah, but the only
He's-
these
he's
guys
participating
had,
in
they
it.
had skills, but they had no hockey. Like how many people in the
True.
in the pirate crew had hockey? It was Doflamingo. He was basically the mascot.
No. Virgo had hockey.
Yeah, well,
I believe Diamante.
Virgo, Pika, only 3 guys.
No,
The
I
rest,
think
couldn't even have hockey.
no. I
and he got 2 Lugias.
no. The
He
thing
got
is,
2 Lugia type characters. So
But yeah, Logias, but come on, man. If they're the
No,
baddest
I
crew,
think
because you even see it in the manga, in the anime. Huh?
Bellamy had hockey.
Well, he had. Well, yeah. Well, Bellamy's just fodder, man. He's
Nah,
just a crybaby. He's like Rebecca, a male version of Rebecca.
Bellamy's stronger than Brook.
Bellamy's a guy. I thought Bellamy was a girl.
Is that a shot at Bellamy? Take a shot at
Hey,
Bellamy.
I know one thing for sure though. I know Doflamingo will beat Luffy one-on-one.
No,
Because-
it's obvious.
whoa,
It's obvious.
where are these theories coming from? Where are these theories coming from?
It's not a
We
theory.
see them.
It's not a
Yeah,
theory.
we gotta-
It's proven. It's proven in the manga. He
had a
couldn't beat
timeline.
without the gamma knife.
He had a
The
time.
Gamma Knife was nothing. We seen it. It was nothing. He ate it. The Gamma Knife didn't knock him down. If the Gamma Knife would have knocked him down, I would have said, okay, he would have
did
won.
hurt him. It
He
did hurt
didn't
him a
even
lot.
fall on his knees. He didn't fall on his knees.
I have a question.
did.
I have a
He didn't
question.
even fall on his knees.
You talking about the Gamma Knife?
You chapter
Yeah,
where
he
he
did.
knocked in the wall.
Guys,
And-
I would like to ask all of you. Did you truly think that Luffy could beat Doflamingo in a one-on-one fight, considering he probably would not use Gear Fork right off the bat? And if he doesn't do that, I don't see him winning.
He's
Oh,
not.
the only-
He wasn't even going to win with Gear Force.
Wait, the
He
only
wasn't going
chance
to win with
Luffy
Gear Force
has
alone.
at beating Doflamingo is going Gear Forth off the bat and trying to take him out early.
No,
that-
you got
that-
Gear
that
Fork
wasn't
and
gonna
follow
happen.
him.
That's the only
Doflamingo-
chance he has because if it gets stretched out, Dofi has the
I
advantage.
don't think so, bro. Come on. Like he even used that after Law wrecked Doflamingo.
No, I don't think he would win.
Exactly.
I'm saying it's his
No.
only chance.
That's what.
Oh, Rep Doflamingo. Where are you getting that?
How did Luffy beat Doflamingo?
I'm not saying he
You said
wrecked
Law.
No, how did he
You
beat
said-
him?
He wrecked his
You
inside. He
can't.
wrecked his
There's no
inside.
character. There's no character like the Straw Hats don't have anybody that can beat Doflamingo.
Wait, how did
Because
how did Luffy beat
Yo,
Doflamingo?
y'all drawn right now. I'm
How
telling you,
did
y'all drawn right now.
If you look at
Luffy?
all the people that the Straw Hats have beaten up till now, like, Luffy has always beaten everyone by himself. Sure, he's
Except
got
for
like,
Doflamingo.
yeah, except for Doflamingo.
Crocodile beat him
He's
several
he's
times.
he's had like round 1, round 2 losses with Crocodile. I think Arlong, those two, and Anno going back up on Giant Jack, back and forth.
Oh. Hey,
At
look,
the
hey,
end of
look.
the day, yeah, go
But
ahead,
it was
bro.
only Doflamingo
My
was the
fault.
only one he couldn't beat alone. He had to fucking use a teamwork to beat him.
And I have to say that the way they handled Crocodile was, I think it was too early in the story. If Crocodile came to an appearance now, he will be so much more beast. So much more
He
No,
beast.
he's gonna come
RB.
back because Oda did tease him. You see him; he was reading a newspaper.
Yeah, I'm talking about more so like his powers, because like he's already
But
hacks.
I mean,
Now imagine him with Haki.
Crocodile was already awakened.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
He was already awakened. Because I don't
But I
see
do have.
how.
Why you never
I
gonna
don't
do like
see.
that? Don't something happen. Stop playing. I thought,
Say what now? I do have a
What's
quick
that?
question about the Doflamingo Gamma Knife thing though. If the Gamma Knife was supposed to rip apart his organs from the inside, and he used the strings to repair them, and he said the repair was supposed to be just a temporary fix. Now, whenever he had the Karaseki cuffs on at the end of the arc, does the strings come out? Do they negate since his powers are gone, or are
The
they already
game,
fixed?
the name itself, Gamma Knife, is misleading. Because we both know radiation does not fucking implode. It just burns your inside. It's like fucking iron.
Okay, so they just got burned. They weren't ripped
No,
apart or
they
anything
didn't
like
get
that.
burned. He got imploded. That's what the name is misleading. It's called Gamma Knife. If it was Gamma Knife, it should have just burned his insides, charcoal like insides like that. But it didn't happen. It just imploded like a bomb.
Okay, I get it now. All right, appreciate it.
Yeah, it should be radiation to burn
Yeah,
your
that's the thing.
insides.
But
But I mean, it should be able to destroy and totally dismantle all of your organs. So I
so
don't think it was.
one thing I didn't like a theory that Zoro fanboy 124 said that Law can cut people. He can make them bleed, which to me it's not happening because we've seen it every time he cuts, people are still alive. They're not bleeding.
I
Without the
think he
robe,
has
he
the
can.
option. He has the option.
No, he doesn't have the option because I'll tell you what. The
Right,
part
right.
where his arm got cut off
tell us.
and he
You tell us
used
about Oda.
huh?
You tell us about Oda. Go ahead.
He went in there. He used that thing he does with his finger, tact. He used that. Now,
Mhm.
if he really could make people bleed, then why did he use his arm, his severed arm? Because we both know that when you eat a devil fruit, that power is transferred throughout your entire body. So the fact that he used tact, he's done that before. He used one finger flip, and that destroys things around. But he used his severed arm as a weapon, as an unattached weapon, like as if you were to grab an arrow, just shoot an arrow at someone. So he basically used it as a weapon since it's not connected to his body. So he used it as a weapon because if it was his arm was connected, it would have just sliced through treble like he did the radio knife shit.
Wait, so you're saying Law cannot make someone bleed even if he wanted to?
He can't. No, he can't do that. I don't think his powers allow him to do that.
No. But he doesn't have to use.
Unless his arm got severed again, and then he used his severed arm as a like a projectile, which he did with treble. He spin that shit around. His arm wasn't connected to his body; it was severed.
But if he doesn't use his room, wouldn't
Yeah,
that?
he doesn't have to use room for everything.
He
You
doesn't
see what I'm
have to
saying?
use rope.
Yeah.
Because what I'm
So he
saying
can
is
he can
that
cut them in half, and they're going to bleed without any devil fruit powers. You talking
No,
about with his devil fruit powers?
no, I'm talking about when he. Well, look, we both know when you eat a devil fruit, right? The power is transferred throughout the entire body, and if your arm is cut off, that arm that's severed, can you say it's gonna stretch? No,
I
it's
mean,
not.
as far as do you think it should still be using? You can still use it. You mean?
Yeah, you can still
Even
use
if
the severed
even if
arm.
it-
You use it as a normal weapon because the arm is no longer connected to the body, so the power of the Obi Omi no Mi can no longer be transferred. So he used it
Okay.
as a power, like a fucking projectile. So
Uh-huh.
that's why he was able to cut him.
So you threw it at. He used his arm. Which part are you talking about?
The arm that was severed. The part where he was laying on the ground. He was like covered in goo, and he opened his room and just he flipped his finger up, and you see his severed arm spin around like a windmill and fucking cut treble.
So you're saying that?
Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay.
Because it was connected to the body. It's like the fucking Gomu Gomu no Mi. You remember the part where
Wait.
Luffy
You
was
said he opened his room though. Anything in his room he can control, even if it's
in
connected.
control? Yes, but he's done that before. But when he cuts people within his room, they don't bleed. In this case, that's because his hand is connected to his body, which is the devilful power is circling around the body. And then he uses it through his sword. Then people get cut, but they're not bleeding. They're not bleeding at all. They're not hurt. But the fact that he did that on Treble, you see Treble bleeds because he went in there. You've seen the part where, remember when he was fighting Smoker? He was using one finger flip and rocks were popping out of nowhere?
It's tact.
Yeah, tact. He was using that move.
Yeah.
And things were popping out, and they were hitting people. So they weren't cutting people in half. They were hitting, they were hurting, they were bleeding, never see everything and shit. So I think that the fact that people think that Law can make people bleed with his power, it's nonsense. Unless he uses a severed part of his body.
No, I think Law definitely he can make you bleed if he wants to. I mean, it's the operation fruit, where it's like I can sever you without you bleeding if need be. I think Law as a doctor is not.
Why didn't he do that when he used the fucking radio knife? He could have just fucking radio knife make him bleed, and then radio knife shock him with radio knife.
You talking about with radio knife?
Because those are his powerful moves.
Say it again.
What about Scalpel? The move. Does he cut people with that? I really can't remember. The move when he says Scalpel, a knife.
Scalpel. I think you mean injection shot.
I'm not sure. I thought I heard him say Scalpel one time before.
Yeah, I do remember there's a Scalpel
move named Scalpel, but that's what he used to take his sword and take Smoker's heart.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
But it's kind of weird though. I think he used the same move. He called it an injection shot, and he popped someone's heart out with the same way.
Well, injection shot. That was different.
No, because he did this. It's almost the same thrust.
Yeah, it's like a sword thrust, I believe.
Yeah, it looks like the same thrust he did when he cut Smoker's heart. So I'm thinking that if he calls one thrust injection shot, so he could just probably use injection shot with some other thrust move and just pop Doflamingo's heart out. I mean, why didn't he just do that from the beginning? Pop his heart out.
You have to touch him. And Dofi was casually dodging. He tried mess. An injection shot. He just caught him off guard. But the thing is, with Dofi knew everything he was going to do before he did it. So it's like he was kind of torn. And then he was on Dofi's crew. So it's like it was hard.
Only for 2 years. Only for 2 years.
Yeah, but it's like those tendencies he got. That was his foundation. Like those guys trained him.
But what about the theory that the Legend Mag had a theory that kind of contradicts Roger's Base's theory? That Roger Base thought that Jack was Backing's lover who ended up having Weevil, but Legend Mag came up with a theory which it kind of crushes Roger's Base's version. He says that what if that Backing is the mother of Jack, Weevil, and Lola? Because they if you look closely, they have the bowl haircut, like the front of the face has that cut. Lola has it, Weevil has it, and they have locks.
Returned.
Oh, are you saying Lola's the mother?
No, I'm saying Lola's like the little sister. The mother is Backing. The self-proclaimed wife of Whitebeard.
Yeah, Whitebeard, yeah.
I think that little woman is the mother of all three. I think they're related. Well, not me, well, Legend Max stated.
Yeah.
What were you saying, bro?
I agree with the Lola's mom being the Miss Bucking, but the Jack connection to Weave, I don't agree with that one.
The thing is, they look alike.
They look alike. They have the fucking heart, and there's a bowl haircut when you look at the forehead. There's a bowl haircut cut, like on some Viking shit.
Yeah. Plus
the horn thing. I don't think they have horns. I think it's like a fucking mask. kind of like a helmet.
Yeah, it's like
that's
it's
the
like an
thing, 'cause-
attachment.
Yeah, because I looked at the panel, and when you see the fucking his mask that prevented him
connected.
from him, yeah.
Yeah, it's connected.
If you look at the lower part of the jaw, that's where the horns start. Like it goes from the lower and up there. It's not on the top. It's on the bottom with the jaw thing. And I think that Oda did give us how Jack looks without the mask on. Because you saw the panel when he was going the previous panel. You see some guy, he's grinning. He almost looks like a twisted version of Edo. And I think it's Jack. I think it's Jack when you take out the fucking mask.
You talking about when he was like, "Oh, this person is worth $1 billion"? You talking about that panel?
That guy. Because the previous chapter,
that was a minion. That was a minion.
No,
and remember, right under that, he was like, "Oh." He was like, "Oh, they talk too much."
If you go back to the previous chapter, when you see Inuyasha, look at the pun. You see Jack. You see the last of Jack, but there's a big face behind that.
Yeah.
There's a big face. I think it's Jack when he takes off the fucking the mouthpiece like the fucking shredder.
Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah, I did notice that. I just never thought about it. Actually.
Nah, we had that we thought it
was a minion.
But it was the guy that was kind of narrating exactly what Jack was doing.
Yep, a minion. And right under that, he said, "Oh, they talk too much."
Yeah, he said my minions basically talk too much. So
They're spilling out secrets, man. He should fucking kill some of them. Just to, like how Brandy World does it. Brandy World, like if you can't do shit, he kills you off.
I mean, he needs the numbers though. I think he just appreciates the numbers. Them just being there. They can't do much, but them just being there.
The crew in general got wrecked by the Knicks. They got wrecked. Like, some people thought when they said that they were fighting for 5 days and then they thought it was the Beast Pirates and crew, but it wasn't the Beast Pirates. It was the Minks that were shifting. They were doing a time shift, like back and forth for 5 days. And Jack just got tired and just unleashed the gas.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's just a strategic move in war, man.
But some people think that it was wrong for the Duke to do that. Like, they should have just fought together. I thought if they did that fucking fight would have ended like 24 hours.
I don't even know.
And then, huh?
I don't even know because I don't know.
Because I don't want the mix to look like fucking Dressrosa. Like he was fucking King Riku. King Riku didn't do shit.
Hold on, wait, go ahead.
Like, yeah, I don't want the mix to be like fucking Dressrosa. Like, the Dressrosans couldn't do shit against Flamingo. And when I saw Inuyasha, I thought this dude was talking like about peace. You can go around, search for this thing. I'm thinking, God, is this another King Riku? But no, turns out this dude will fight. He's not King Riku.
No, because those two guys, those are the two strongest warriors. King Riku was never the strongest warrior in Dressrosa. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's like the two dukes, I think they're really powerful, but I think Jack is just a problem. I think Jack is just like, I don't think the 1 billion bounty is just for show.
Do you guys think Jack's gonna end up fighting Luffy, or you think it's gonna be another one?
He's definitely gonna come back to Zo. I don't see this Zo thing just being appear like that. They got the rest of the crew. Sanji's gone, and that there's gonna be no fight. There has to be a fight. Jack's coming back.
No. I'm saying, do you think he's gonna fight Luffy?
He's gonna fight.
They said there's 3 calamities. They said there's 3 calamities.
The 3
so
calamities.
I'm saying.
3 calamities. I think it's something from the Bibles. I think Oda's quoting the Bible, some shit like that.
Yeah.
I don't remember what it was. One is a drought. The other, I think the other has to do something with insects. Some insects.
Yeah, I plan on them. I'm actually working on a theory about this, so I don't want to say much.
I feel you, man. It'd be like that. Hey, what do you guys think about like the last line of the last chapter? It was like whenever Pedro told the Chopper and them to heal the cat and the dog because the world was waiting for him. What do you guys think about that?
Some people have written down in the comments that it might be because they're going to join the reverie. And to me,
okay. Yeah, I've seen that. I've seen that the Revolutionaries.
Because to me it
Nah,
sounds like a
that
bad
can't be
idea.
right though.
It sounds like a bad idea because we have not seen mentions of the mink in the referee. Plus, you got the fishmen who wanted to join, and the people in general do not treat fishmen as equals. They're seen as animals and slaves. Minks are no
Yeah, the
different.
minks aren't connected to the world government.
Yeah,
They're you know,
they've been in exile for a lot of years, I believe.
yeah, they're
No,
independent.
yeah, that's the thing. They've been in exile for 1,000 years, so the world government only knows them per the slave market trade.
Right. I think they're probably it has something to do with the revolutionary, where it's like maybe Dragon is calling all his commanders together so that he can
But
probably
it'd be dope if he had a mink with them, though.
exactly, and he's going to try and overtake.
It will.
Because you already see that we've seen the other races, the long arm tribe, the giants. I don't know how many races are there anymore were on that list, but if Dragon has each one of them, it'll be pretty bad beast.
Yeah, because these guys used to be pirates, the minks, right? Duke, Dogstorm, and
Yep.
Cat Viper. They used to be pirates because they used to sail, rather. That's
Can
what
you
he said.
imagine if the whole government declares a buster call on fucking Zunisha?
You said Buster call?
A buster call on Zunisha.
That'd be crazy.
I mean, I don't think it can go that far, but
Oh, come on, buster call on Zunisha. you see Akainu going magma fist on top of Zunisha's back.
I don't think he would go. I
So
don't
could it be that they talking about?
Wait, what you
Could
said?
it be they talking about the World Summit? Could it be they was talking about the World Summit? That's what they was waiting for.
Yeah, I
it all
think.
depends
Yeah.
what somebody said.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think it's that one.
Where?
But I don't
Because
know if they're part of.
I was thinking, because if it's the Revolutionary Army, wouldn't you think they would have came?
Yeah,
Maybe you
Somebody around would have came.
What mean? Wait, say that again. What do you mean by that?
Like you see how the Reckoners they came. Like I told you before in the comment, I think there's like Crocodile. You see how he had the tens, the hundreds, and the thousands.
Yeah.
Or something like that with the Reckoners.
You mean the Baroque works people?
Yeah.
Yeah, like you see how Jack's crew. I think his crew is like that. So if his crew like that, that means you see how all the Zoe they had like a bunch of everybody in the island was fighting to save the island. If they was a part of a revolutionary army and Dragon called them and they was getting attacked around the same time they Dragon called them, they were still getting attacked.
If I would want the mix to join a group, they should join the Revolutionaries. Because you got Duke Inuarashi, he's got his musketeers. Neko Mamushi has his guardians. Now, would you imagine if these two groups come together and then they end up with Dragon? They'll probably mess up the referee or Marijwa, which I don't think it's gonna happen.
I think they could be commanders in Dragon's army.
Yeah, there are, but
like I said, if that's true, wouldn't the Revolutionary Army came to save them during that attack?
Maybe
For 5 days.
The thing is, Dragon's
That'd be
perspective, right, is like not one person isn't bigger than the mission, right? So it's like, if the Dukes are getting taken out, like if he sends his whole group there, even though he has a strategic plan already in place to attack the world government, that was the whole mission from the jump. I can't like sacrifice this mission to go save 2 of our guys. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he's not Whitebeard.
Yeah. Dragon's
He's
like
not Whitebeard.
he didn't show up there for Luffy. I'm sure he knows about Luffy and Ace. It's like Dragon ain't care.
I don't know, man.
Hold on. So
Dragon's personality, I don't know if he even cares about Luffy.
He's not gonna go out.
whoa.
I don't think. I think it's one of those. Where it's like if he's in the area, I'll help you.
Huge
But
accusation. What an accusation.
I don't think he cares that. I mean, somewhat.
Because you got these 2 times when after Luffy with the Summit War, like they go in, you see the posters like, oh, Monkey D. Luffy's your son, right? Yeah, it is. Duh. Then you have this new one. Koala comes in there, does a report to Dressrosa. Like, okay, Sabo was there, Luffy was there. Do you want to know about Luffy? How's Robin? I got my full. I've had my full of Luffy. How's Robin?
I have a strong feeling Dragon have somebody watching Luffy, like somebody on the inside, literally watching Luffy. Somebody on the Straw Hat team is an insider for Luffy. That's why I think Sanji left.
It could be Robin, but
I know for a while I thought I was like, man, is Smoker like a revolutionary? It's like he's just like always chasing Luffy.
I would love
I thought it was Sanji.
He might as well be.
It's
I
just
thought it was Sanji. That's why he left.
I would love for Fujitora to join the Revolutionaries.
That would be interesting, bro. Sanji left to go to the meeting.
Yeah, that's what I think. I was talking to my brother about it. That's what I think.
Why are people so on about this theory about him being like a prince or something like that?
I mean, did you see that cover page?
What do you mean the cover page? What him like? He's got a suitcase.
Yeah.
He's going somewhere with Suru on.
On Suru Lane. That's it's too much of a coincidence. It's like too many things there. He's dressed as Mr. Prince. He has a suitcase.
So tell me, Brago, when's the other times you've seen Oda put a hint like that, and he's making a chapter about that,
when
other
Ace
than
died?
the Zoe?
When Ace died.
He did.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, bro.
The master of foreshadowing.
Yeah, he drops hints everywhere, bro. It's too much there. And the funny thing is, before that came it was a minute ago, but we didn't even notice it. But now
that, dog.
All this information.
I think there was also a picture. Like I think whenever they went down to go do something to a boat, and he saw a picture of a woman that had like a little speech boat where he didn't say anything, but he was looking real hard at it. So that was another clue.
I think Sanji, he's definitely it's a lot more to him because he doesn't really talk about his past. He always changes the subject. It's something.
I don't think so. I think he didn't change the subject when it came to the Nolan the liar shit. He just said he was born in the North Blue, and that was it. They didn't ask him anything after that.
He did change the subject though, bro. He didn't even get it in depth as far as anything.
Yeah, he was like,
all right, let's
because the way we saw it in the manga and the anime itself is that he was a cook. He was a cabinet boy and a cook.
I mean, he's a great cook though.
Well, he kind of learned his tricks from his friends that were the cooks. Because
Zeph?
Yeah, not Zeph. The cooks before that died. The ones that were eating other people's leftovers, or they told them if there's leftovers, eat them. Don't let them go to waste. You can still use the leftovers. Those dudes, you could see that every one of the crew has a quirk for something that happened to them in the past. Like Nami, her quirk is money because Velma didn't have money. She got shot, and the fact that after she got shot because she was rich, you got that Nami's running around taking money from other pirates, wanting to free the village. So she's been in that for 8 years. So that thing is ingrained in her that love money.
I mean, they all have tragedies for sure. I mean, I hope it's not one thing like Digimon, Digidestined.
Okay, so let's talk about these tragedies. Who has the worst tragedies, and who does not have a tragedy at all, even though it is classified as a tragedy? Like Zoro, I don't see it as a tragedy.
His best friend dying?
Yeah, someone falling down the steps. How often do you hear about that kind of shit every day?
I mean, she's definitely not dead, but you find out that your best friend is dead. That's pretty traumatic.
That is the weakest. Weakest.
I mean, he was weak as hell.
And he didn't smash.
How you know that, bro?
What?
How you know that?
He was
That's not confirmed. But I think it's probably I mean, Luffy didn't have that much tragedy back then. I mean, now.
Nah, Luffy's OD.
Luffy's OD. To me, the world of One Piece, the people who have the biggest backstory tragedy are basically Law and
I think
Robin.
Chopper.
Law and Robin, because they're basically similar. They both lost. They're both the last survivors of their country. And they lost everything because of the world.
But I think Law more than Robin, because Law lost everything, right? But then he developed another relationship, then he lost that as well.
I mean Corazon.
Yeah. So Law.
Brooks is way worse.
Oh,
can you imagine sitting on?
You mean 50 years on
could you imagine on a ship, 50 years by yourself, singing to yourself every single day and talking to your dead corpse friends? Could you imagine that? 50 years.
That's because he was too weak to save.
That's worse. Brook, come on, too weak, come on.
He's too weak to save him. That's his own fault.
Brook clearly got the worst story.
No, man.
Clearly got the worst backstory.
I don't know.
Like Robin in Law has genocide written all over their back.
Yeah, like your whole clan got wiped out, bro.
It's basically on some
I don't know.
Hitler shit, like prove everyone died. And if they found out you're a survivor, they hunt you down.
I used to think Brooks was the worst. Then I saw Laws in the anime. It was so sad. It was so
Laws,
sad.
I laughed at Laws. Come on.
You
Oh my
you
God.
laughed at
That's
laws.
terrible.
Nah.
That's a good comedy segment.
I think I should let you guys know that Fifth Son is a huge.
Not backstory, to the point where he knows that he's going to die. He has no cure. He doesn't know anything about the opi no mi. He's going to die, lead poisoning. His sister's dying. His father has a lead disease. His mother has it. He goes out. People start shooting other people. And then you get some nun tells him, oh, to believe in luck or some shit like that.
Believe it.
People will always give you a helping hand when you need it. And then you see the nun getting shot with all the kids lying around in front of corpses.
I mean, it was tough. It was definitely tough. But with Fifth Son, you can't say anything about Brook. I mean, Fifth Son think Brook rivals Zoro. You know.
Whoa.
No, you Wally. Hold on. First of all, Braga Wally. Braga Wally.
Take his One Piece card. Take his One Piece card.
Backstory is at the bottom.
Braga Wally, man.
Yeah, he got Brook up there.
Zoro's backstory is at the bottom for me. It's not. Zoro's backstory is at the bottom for me. Some people-
Braga Wally.
No, I'm talking about it. I'm talking about his strength group.
Braga is walling right now. Yeah, but I said pre-time skip. I'm saying post-time skip Brook is as strong as pre-time skip Zoro.
I don't even see that, bro.
I don't believe that either. I don't think that's right.
I got a video. I'm gonna put it up
Hey,
in 3 days.
Drop that fire, bro. Drop
I don't see it.
And I'm gonna prove it. I'm gonna prove it, and when I prove it, y'all gotta change our names to Brook fan number 3, 4, and 5. Everybody in the chat right now.
Wait. So,
Who's two?
I'm hearing a lot of confusion now. I'm not seeing it.
He said, "Who's two?"
Two is Manga Bro.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. I was about to say.
I'm like, wait, is somebody else in the chat? Somebody else.
I know Brago's not gonna change his name to Brook Lover,
Hell,
but
man, Brook is a bum.
but when I make it serious, y'all gonna have to change it, man. Y'all gonna have to change it.
Drop that fire. I'm like, listen, man. Is Brook? I think he is what he is. He's just a musician, you know. And I think we just
Remember Zoro's cannon? It was 360 pounds. Don't forget that. 360-pound cannon, and after time skip, it went to 1,000.
Okay.
Don't forget.
80 pounds. No, it went for 3 billion, I think.
So
No, that's the TV. That's the animated version, but the manga version was 1,000.
3,000 worlds. 3,000 worlds.
The only way Brooks touches Zoro is unless he awakens his fruit or gets an insane amount of Haki.
I said pre-time skip. Don't forget pre-time skip.
I am too.
Yeah, pre-time skip. It was Zoro's strongest, based on his strength wise, 360 pounds.
Okay.
I hear you. I hear you, bro, but I'm still not buying what you're selling, Fifth Son.
I'll show you, man. I got you.
I can't see.
I got you.
When it comes to Haki alone, I think Zoro's stronger than Luffy in armament.
I don't know.
The Oda stated that even though he gave the monster trio the 2 prominent Hakis, Luffy's got the 3rd one, which he says that's what Luffy's good at is the opposite. No, not the opposite. The Conqueror's Haki. Zoro, since he is the strong man of 2, he gets the armament, and Sanji's like the strategist. He gets observation.
Hear this. Just because that's Zoro's strongest, his strongest is stronger than Luffy's.
Yeah, that's what
You see what I'm saying?
But
It's
Luffy
like that's
could-
his specialty, but that doesn't mean it's stronger than Luffy's.
Yeah.
Well, I kind of like. I was thinking about it. Like, why do so many people think that? Well, there's that bitter rivalry between Sanji and Zoro within the fan base. Some people are saying Sanji's better than Zoro. Zoro's better than Sanji. And I'm thinking, and I'm getting why they think Sanji is better. Sanji is better than Zoro.
Whoa, whoa,
Because
whoa, 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 whoa.
better than Zoro. Because hear me
I
out.
think you're going down
Hear
a
me out.
dark path here, brother.
Yeah.
Hear me out. Luffy, Zoro, and Sanji, Luffy and Zoro in general, they got trained by other people.
All right.
Luffy got trained by Rayleigh to learn all 3 forms. Zoro got trained by Mihawk to learn 2 forms of Haki. Sanji didn't have anybody. What he was doing?
No. Sanji got trained by a whole tranny village, a whole country of trannies.
He didn't get trained. This dude was running for days. Like, yeah, it was.
He
It was
ain't run for 2
funny.
years though, bro.
Yeah.
It was funny.
Because remember when we saw Sanji they caught him, bro. They caught him.
Yeah, they called him.
But it was funny though, man. How like he was running for days, like 2 years running, like man.
Not 2 years, not 2, probably 6 months, and then he transformed.
This dude was running for 2 years, bro.
Why people think that Sanji is better? Because Sanji is like he learned by himself. He didn't have a master. He was running for his life. He didn't want to put up another dress. So he learned Genpo all of a sudden, bam, because he got cornered, and then he learned Genpo. And then you know, like he has learned the other 2 Haki by himself. So you could say he's a self-proclaimed learner or master, or whatever the fuck they call people that learn by themselves.
I mean, he had a bunk off, but I don't know if he really taught him anything.
No. Even God didn't train him. Even God said that if you can beat these 100 masters of Campo, I'll give you the recipe. That's basically what he said. It was like a fucking treasure hunt.
And he got all the recipes. He got all the recipes.
So he trained
that means he
himself.
beat them.
No, so we haven't even seen it.
Oh, remember Zoro had to beat all those goddamn monkeys too.
Yup, and he had to beat King Kong.
And Luffy had to beat all those animals.
Yeah, but it was part of his training. He had a fucking trainer. He had a trainer. Luffy had a trainer. Zoro had a trainer. Sanji had nothing.
And even Koff was the trainer. His training was to beat it.
Yeah, even Koff was just sipping tea. He was sipping tea. He wasn't there.
That's a part of the training. His training was.
He just told them, "I'm going to give you the recipe." He wasn't even there. There is nothing shown within the manga or the anime that even Koff was watching this dude.
And you know, even Rayleigh left early too. Rayleigh left early.
Yeah, Rayleigh left.
And Luffy taught himself some more things.
And Mihawk left.
Remember after Rayleigh saw Luffy again, he's like, your power has improved. So Luffy did self-train as well.
Yeah, well,
I think all of them had to self-train because Mihawk told Zoro.
Luffy had to self-train 6 months, but he was still getting supervised by someone. But Sanji was just running for his life.
You said. I think all of them were just getting supervised. I think that's what they were getting.
Sanji. And I can see why there's hype for Sanji so much in the fan base, because this dude was fending for himself. He went against Virgo. He went against Virgo, but he got wrecked.
Azura.
I don't think he got wrecked. I think he got wrecked.
You think
he did not get wrecked?
Azura.
He got his legs broken or something. Started to break.
Bruh. If they would have fought that whole fight, we all know
Sanji was gonna win because go back to that the first time he fought Bluno. Remember the first time he fought Bluno?
Oh, okay, Bluno. But I'm talking Virgo.
But he couldn't break Bluno's defenses. Like his foot, he said his foot hurt.
Yeah, but now he can break his defense. But
I think even back then, because he ended up beating Jabra.
Yeah, Jabra.
You know what I'm saying? So I think even back then, if he had fought Bluno again, he's gonna wreck Bluno.
Yeah, he's gonna wreck him.
Oh yeah, don't forget Bonchan. He had a good fight with Bonchan.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I mean Bonchan was a good fight as well.
Yeah.
I don't know why you always getting matched up with these people.
Yeah, I mean, in the new world, to be fair to Sanji, he did get matched up with the 2 strongest people in the Doflamingo family. Honestly.
He did.
Who did?
Doflamingo.
Who did?
Sanji.
He
was taking the L against Doflamingo. And then, of course, Virgo.
And you know, hey man, the Straw Hats would be so done if Law wasn't there. Did you guys see that clip with Law? When Law saved Sanji?
Oh yeah, yeah.
He threw the
Oh,
tree
yeah.
trunk in the air. He switched
Oh,
with the
yeah, yeah,
tree
yeah,
trunk.
the
Room.
Dolphin versus
Oh
Sanji
my
bit.
god.
Hey, he's disgusting. He really
Oh
is.
my god. Like how he saved Law Sanji. I was like, this dude.
Wait, that's kind of like that's unscientific. Like, how we threw a tree trunk right after that distance? Because he went on the island, they were way over there. So I
No,
can't
because
tell
he
them
threw
that.
the tree trunk so he could jump in the air. So he threw it as far as possible. Room.
But
He
you're gonna
switched
tell me
with that.
if he threw it in the air and he jumped, how would he grab it again and just throw it again? Create
No,
some
room.
form
He
of
switched
bridge.
with it.
Yeah, he roomed it.
He roomed and switched with it. Then he roomed again and switched with Dofi.
This is anime, so anything can happen.
But yeah,
There's no explanation.
Azura, you don't think that that 2 years with Sanji was on that island, you don't think that was part of training, fighting 100 people?
No, I don't think I was part of the trip. I think that it was some form of reward. Like, we both know that after Sanji started cooking that Kenpo thing, people started, like, you see at the end of Pound Hazard, where he was making that brew, and they all said, oh, it's good, man, it's revitalizing, I can feel my strength coming in. That's what Sanji said. That was him self-training by himself. He had no one. He was fending for himself. He didn't want to wear another dress.
I mean, but you also have to look at goals, man. You gotta, cause Zoro's goal is to be the strongest swordsman. Sanji's goal isn't to be the strongest anything. He just wants to find all blue.
He trained himself. But the only Sanji wants was to go to the fucking mermaid, which to me, when they go to the Mermaid Island, it became his all blue.
No, but also one of his goals is to support his captain. So he has to be as strong as possible for his captain.
True. That is
You know what
true.
I'm saying?
When it comes to love life, man, Sanji's getting shitted on.
No,
I
he
mean,
got
I think-
Viola. He got Viola.
He ain't got Viola, man. Viola ain't got. She ain't
Smash
getting
in the
after
alley.
Rosa.
Smash in the alley, bro.
She's got. I think Sanji's probably got. What's her name? Wanda.
Wanda?
Wanda?
Which was Wanda?
I forgot.
Wanda, the mink.
You talking about the mink?
Oh wow! Stop it. Bestiality.
So you think Sanji gave her the confidence to wear Nami's bra?
Yeah.
Got the confidence.
Yeah, he wearing a dress.
I don't think Nami's gonna let Sanji look at her bras, man. Because if
Yo,
Sanji tries to see, he's gonna electrocute.
What I'm hoping is Sanji's moves, like the whole Kempo thing, Okama stuff. I hope he's like changed it around to
He's
make
not
it
doing
more
that shit.
relevant
He's
to
not doing
him.
that shit.
Where it's like, you know what I'm saying? Where it's like he uses recipes, like the recipes are like food recipes.
Okay, he has done that.
You know what I'm saying? Instead of
I'm
using,
100% sure he learned some gay moves. I'm
That's what I'm
100%
saying, but I
sure.
hope he uses alternate version of it, and it's not some gay move. You know, because that would kind of like, dog, like Oda, man, you keep doing it to Sanji, bro. Like,
I think Oda should have, instead of just giving him Skywalker, he should have just gave him like the whole arsenal.
like
know what
the
I'm
whole Roku.
Like Iron Body. Yeah,
No way. No way.
That'd
way.
be dope.
It would be.
To Sanji, I think he should give that to Brook and
Of course.
Gosh.
How is it irrelevant? How did Brook
It's
even
not
come
relevant
up,
to the story.
I think Sanji might have Soru. If he has Gamepo, he has to have Soru. Because remember when they were underwater, like under the pressure, he was using something called Sky Blue, but he was moving fast. It was like
But
a,
it's-
They
have different
it looked like an
variations.
alternate version of the Kenpo
Yeah.
underwater, but he was moving at fast speed to the point where they said, "Oh, I
has
can't
their
see
own
this dude."
variation. Everybody has their own variation of these moves. Like Luffy has his thing, they have the Soru, and Sanji's gonna have his thing. It's like they're gonna have different variations of this.
But they said 6 powers, right? So is that it, or is there a hidden power? Because if the Straw Hats could learn all the moves of the world government, they'd be a powerhouse.
I mean, it's something else because remember you learn Rukogan after you mastered the 6 styles. So I'm sure it's like something else.
Rico, isn't that the body armor and shit?
Nah,
No,
it's
Rokogen is a super special. That's a super
that-
special move.
that Rob
Not
Lucci.
everybody know that. Yeah,
Oh,
not
you mean
everybody
the-
know that move.
Yeah, he said after you master all 6, that's when you can use it. Which he used it twice on Luffy, and Luffy managed to come back, which is I don't know how.
He's got endurance, man. I think it's willpower.
Yo, Luffy was almost done. And he took 2 of those back to back.
Yeah. Well, Luffy is
Yeah,
Naruto, so he is Naruto.
No, No.
Luffy's no. You've seen how Naruto works, man. Come Naruto's down. He uses willpower, friendship,
Believe
bullshit.
it.
Friendship.
Believe it.
Friendship.
I think
Believe
Naruto
it,
gets knocked down a lot of times, and he thinks about his friends, and he's got a super power up, and he beats the bad guy.
Yeah, that's what
You never been down 4 points in a basketball game on a 1-on-1 and 21, and out of nowhere the dude missed one shot.
Let me tell my parents.
I'll finish that for you. He's saying that you down 2 points and your friend is like, Fifth Son, you gotta do it for us. And then you find a way to summon this last jolt of energy to get those last two 3-pointers.
You never had those out of breath 3-pointers and it just go in wet. You were like, what? You like what?
And then how is that? Is that the result of your friends? Because that's what you're saying, bro. You're saying your friends made you make the 3-pointers. Because I mean,
Luffy is a Naruto now.
I guess I've been in games where it's like you're tired and then the crowd kind of gets you into it. That's what you're saying?
Yeah, like right there, and then go wet, and then you do it again, wet. You're like, what? And then now one more, you just need to lay up and you get it, and game over.
Where's the noises coming from, bro? Where the noises coming from? What are those noises, though? I never make those noises. What? I don't know about that one, bro. Like, that's just the friendship power-up stuff, man. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, at that point, you know, because after that, he couldn't even walk. You know what I'm saying? He couldn't even walk after that. So
yeah, for a while.
Yeah, I don't think he should have beat Rob Lee. It is what it is, man.
Hopefully, Luffy gets a berserk mode. I want him to get a berserk mode. You see how, like in some animes, like when somebody get like seriously injured, the way Ace died, I thought Luffy was gonna go berserk. You know how like you get like a super power up, and then you just like start washing niggas. I thought Luffy was gonna get one of those, but he just blacked out. But hopefully, Oda give Luffy one of them.
A berserk mode?
Yeah, I'm trying to think like that.
Like Ichigo hollow mode?
Yeah, something like that. And then you start going wild and hurting niggas. You start knocking out niggas and Conqueror Haki, looking at them, putting them to sleep, mind crushing them, just mind beating up their mind. Bah, 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 bah.
So you think he's getting taken over by like the Conqueror's Haki?
Yeah.
Oh. I don't know. It's possible, I guess. I don't see Luffy getting that, but I guess it's possible, bro. I guess it's definitely
just imagine Luffy versus Kaido, and then Kaido says something about Ace. He's like, "Oh, I went to Ace's grave and ate his bones," something like that. And Luffy go, man, and he goes Super Saiyan 3 instantly.
He's gonna Red Hawk Kaido. He's gonna King Kong Red Hawk him.
A King Kong Red Hawk.
Mm-hmm.
Oh shit! I can picture that move though. You can picture that move, right?
Yeah, I mean, I anticipate that like eventually Luffy's body is gonna be covered in like this aura.
Well, he's already got full. He's almost got full body.
The Haki.
No, he do have full body. He does have it.
No, it's not full body for me because it's still there's some parts that are not completely black, man.
You're talking about in Gear 4?
I mean, but it moves whenever somebody hits him, though.
Yeah, he can move. He can pretty much cover anywhere in his body with Haki.
Anywhere, but not full. We only see Gear 4 doing that shit. Like, but it's not complete. It's like fucking 80%.
Yeah, the thing with that, I feel like if a Haki is concentrated in one place, it's stronger than if it's all over your body anyway. That's what I think.
How strong do you guys? Hello. How strong do you guys think Gear 4 Luffy is, bro? Like compared to relative power, if he could use it with an unlimited time.
I think he's Vice Admiral level right now. I think he's Vice Admiral.
Whoa.
Vice Admiral.
With Gear 4 unlimited. Gear 4 unlimited. He's close to that.
Not unlimited. I'm just saying Gear 4 right now.
Right now, he's Vice Admiral.
Oh yeah.
Gear second question, Vice Admiral. The Sabo crushed 2 Vice Admirals
Yeah, but Gear 4 was
Instantly.
introduced. Gear 4 was introduced prior to the time skip. He had 2 years, and he was building Gear 4, Gear 3, and Gear 2, 3, and 4. But those other two previous gears, he mastered them. So those you
I'll
can.
say Gear second alone can easily. You see those two admirals, vice admirals, Sabo beat the dude in the basement and the dude upstairs with the sword.
Yeah. Basti and what's his name? What the fuck? That guy got wrecked by what's his name? Bartolomeo.
Maynard.
Maynard, Mustard or something.
Yeah,
Yeah, Maynard got
Base-
owned. But the thing is, Vice Admiral, the scaling is very vast, right?
No,
It's
they
just-
fluctuate.
Yeah, it's no way to narrow it down. Vice Admiral level is very wide. I mean, it's like it's hard to say, but
But
Luffy.
So
do you think?
are you
Do you
saying?
think? Do
Go
you
ahead,
think
bro.
do you think that Smoker took the job went after the Alabasta shit, or did he got ranked up by his own merits for 2 years?
I mean, look at this.
Of course not. We know
Look at-
Virgo.
look at-
Virgo ranks him up.
No,
Wait,
because I
wait,
think
look-
I think he took the job. He was pissed about it, but he took it. I think he took it.
He's gonna take the
Virgo
job.
gave
I
it
feel
to
like
him. Virgo gave
Because he
it to him.
became vice admiral after 2 years. I think he took the job. He begrudgingly took it because it's the world government. Because if he says no, he wants to quit. He's not going to do anything. Then you got guys like Crocodile's going to run around and he can't do shit.
Smoker is clearly Vice Admiral level.
Yeah,
Right.
he's vice admiral.
Captain level.
Vice
High
admiral.
captain level.
I should let
Well,
you
he-
guys know Fifth Son does not like Smoker, so anything Fifth Son says about Smoker, don't take it seriously.
High captain level. Clearly.
Don't take it seriously.
Because that's one thing I've been wondering. Did he take the job? Because he said he didn't have enough power. That's why that Crocodile beat him. Or that the Straw Hat.
Yeah.
They lost
He
face
was right.
because the pirates beat what the Marines were supposed to do. They were supposed to stop Crocodile. They weren't strong enough. So the pirates came in and wrecked shit up. And the government covered that shit up because
Yeah,
why would a
Smoker got
bunch of
credit for it.
yeah, he got credit for it, and I took he took it. He took it, but before that, he said he'd refuse that shit, but he took it. 2 years later, what is Smoker's vice admiral?
Take the Vice Admiral position?
You know
Yeah,
why?
I think he took it
No.
because
I'm gonna go back.
there's that
change.
flashback with that flashback. I don't remember which chapter with him and Fujitora. He says that if he had power back then, he would have fucking stopped Crocodile, and the Straw Hats were the one who took him down.
But the thing is, as a Vice Admiral, you have access to more things, right? Maybe you have access to different types of training to master all these different things. So it makes sense because Smoker's trying to change it from the inside.
Well, the only person I say that I see between those two, Smoker and Tashigi, is Tashigi that's been like she has improved. She has Haki, Bushoku Haki. Smoker has Bushoku Haki, but if he's a vast admiral, he should know the fucking 6 moves.
That's what I'm saying, but he don't.
He doesn't use it.
Wait.
He's basically using
He
his
said
fucking
he should know the 6 moves?
Does
Yeah, he
every
should
other
know
Vice
At
Admiral know
least
the
two. At least two.
because I always thought
Wait.
that these 6
Have we
powers.
seen any Admiral use those 6 moves?
Yeah.
I don't think
Yes, I
I've
did.
seen-
Marineford.
Marineford, yeah. You see when Luffy was getting cornered by these 3
What
admirals?
Admirals we saw use these moves?
I don't know their names.
The puppy.
They were nameless. They were nameless. They were using sword. They went
so the
sword on
nameless
Luffy.
admirals who have nothing else to rely on.
Oh, Brago.
They have to learn
I
that.
know it.
Phil,
I know it, Brago. I know it. It was the puppy dog one with the puppy fist. He used it.
And I think the guy that
Dalmatian?
I think the guy that stabbed his hand went for
the-
yeah, I think he
Momonga?
did use that. Yeah, Momonga.
The
But
spider dude, the one with the
These
6 arms.
these guys,
The
right?
spider.
Oniguma.
That
Yeah, you
6-armed
know these
dude.
niggas'
Like, that 6-armed dude is confused. Like when he went in and changed Marco, I'm saying, what the fuck?
But
You got-
Oniguma, Momonga, those guys are very strong Vice Admiral.
No, because I don't get it. How this dude was able to touch Kairoseki without even fucking dropping?
Word.
I saw this dude. He grabbed them with his fucking little hands. You saw him grab the Kairo. He's there like anime fucking manga. Like you see it. He grabs that shit. He's not dropping. When you touch fucking Kairoseki, you drop to the ground. It's not this someone like fucking put like a what's that drug that you could fucking inject in you that fucking drops you to the ground? Anesthesia or some shit like that. This dude wasn't dropping. You see those little hands were grabbing that fucking Kairoseki and he's snapping on Marco. And I'm saying,
Yep.
what the fuck? What the fuck?
Yep.
You're not dropping? You
Yep.
should be dropping.
I don't remember that.
If you go check the Marineford arc, that was, I think, after when Luffy ran off the ship, and then they were going to back
I
him
remember
up.
Marco getting caught.
Yeah, that's the thing. He got caught by fucking the spider dude. The spider dude.
Onigumo.
They said, I think it was either what's his name? Kizaru said, okay, do it, and they grabbed him. They grabbed him.
Yeah, Onigumo.
Yeah.
Grabbed Marco. He grabbed him with his powers, and you see one of his tiny hands grab a fucking Kairoseki and just snap it on him. I'm like, fuck. Why aren't you dropping? I know you're not getting the big cups, but the chain itself, the chain is made of Kawasaki. You should be dropping.
Yeah,
I mean, remember what happened to Caesar? Remember what happened to Caesar when fucking Usopp threw that fucking move, and you see the handcuffs didn't touch Caesar. The chains wrapped around him.
Wrapped around him.
This
Yep.
dude went solid. This dude became solid and dropped into the sea. So why the fuck this dude was touching even the slight touch of a Kawasaki chain will fucking make you drop? Like Luffy was
No, that's not true because Luffy was in the water and he didn't face until he breathed in water. So you can resist the urge for a little bit.
It drains you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You can
that's the
resist it
thing.
for a little bit.
Because when he was in the cage, I think it was Alabasta and the punk caster, he grabbed the chain.
Wait.
He was in the chain. And he was like, he couldn't talk.
Wait, I don't think he touched the chain, bro.
No,
didn't touch it.
I'm talking about the
He didn't.
before that, the Alabasta. I remember the Alabasta. He touched the bars, he got weak, and when he was in chains, he tried to talk, but then he's like, "Oh, I can't talk anymore. My body hurts." I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm talking about
That's weak
Onigumo.
Luffy.
Onigumo didn't touch the sea stone.
He did touch him, but how the heck? Well, he was the one with the chains. He had the chains. He had the chains. He basically had them. He grabbed Marco, and he had the chains. No other admiral.
No. He had something on. He had like a stick, and they were on the chains. The chains were on the stick. He used the stick, and then used the stick to attach it to his arm. He didn't actually have the chains. He didn't exactly touch the chains. You see what I'm saying? So it's like he had like this stick or this staff with chains on it, and he put the staff with the chains open on Marco, and then he just detached the staff.
Okay.
So it's like he didn't touch it himself. So
the how far do you think Akainu's bodily when it comes to his damage on his I believe right side or left side? I think it's right side.
his right side, yeah.
Yeah. How far damage do you think he is? Like, is it half damage? Just like
I believe,
just like what's his name again? The ice dude. Akiji, because Akiji, like his half side is fucking burned and he lost a leg.
I think what happened was
I fucking want Akiji to lose his toes, man. If he loses,
I think he lost feeling in some of his in some places. You know what I'm saying? Where it's like frostbite. I believe he's frostbite. Some different things. I believe that definitely happened. He's gonna be like, yeah, I can't even feel my right arm, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe his hand is like under his glove right now. It's like just bone, like all this skin damage.
I know that some people, when the chapter, when it comes to the gas part, because I think we deviated a lot from the chapter itself, the One Piece chapter 810, because we barely talked about it. We only talked about what's his name, Kaido's dude right there, Jack.
Ooh, Jack.
Jack.
Yeah, Jack had a lot of hate. I think a lot of people are kind of moonwalking now.
Yeah, no, because a lot of people were saying that when he got wrecked by Neko Mamushi, he got slammed by Neko Mamushi, stuffed by fucking Inuarashi. Like, everybody would say Jack is not hype, Jack is, he's shit. But he had been shit, but this chapter shows this dude, you can't negotiate with this fucker. He's almost like Kaido 2.2.
I mean, the thing with Jack is like, when people try to downplay it, like Jack has done everything he said he's gonna do. With the whole Doflamingo, because now I understand how he felt, where he was like, yo, it has like basically it's 3 admirals over there. He's like, are you okay? I'm Jack. What are you saying? You know what I'm saying? And he still attacked the ship. He managed to take out 2 ships.
Because when I saw that panel right there, and Doflamingo was talking, and he wasn't chained, and I saw that little panel, you see the Kaido ship, and like some dude talking about like, okay, he's surrounded by heavy ships, and he said, "We're going in." Like,
Yeah.
what? We're going in? There are 4 admirals on that ship. Why should we go in? We're going in. I thought this dude was gonna shoot him right there, like the admirals do when a buster call comes in.
He
And
doesn't
a
care,
marine
bro.
doesn't want to do it. They shoot you.
He doesn't care. I feel like I think Jack still hasn't shown
Everything. Hardly anything, really.
hardly anything that he can do.
Now
Because
I think his Zoan power is just ridiculous.
I don't know
There
what you
was
can
the
do with a
hype.
mammoth. I don't know. I don't know the extent of the power of a mammoth, honestly.
The hype from the previous chapter, I think 808. 808 was the hype. You see Jack's face, I think it was 808 or 809. I don't remember. You see it ends with a mammoth.
I think I saw a theory that Jack is gonna have ice powers because it's like pillow swine from
Oh,
Pokemon.
come on, a pillow for
wow.
He'd have to be like.
Hey, you know people gotta throw the theories out there, man.
You have to be like fucking black.
Just in case it happens.
To put that shit up.
Just like they said, well, honestly, I have this theory now. It's out there.
Like, where?
Oh, shit. It's in a different series, but Pillow Swine has ice powers. So Jack.
Well, he did use Earth powers on Zunisha, so.
It's crazy, man. I don't know what he could possibly do.
But I think it's ridiculous because his
probably has a
powers
habit,
look
though.
like his Zoan powers look like it's in reverse. Because when you become a Zoan, you get power, and when you get awakened Zoan, and I think this dude is awakened Zoan. Because how come this dude just fight for 5 fucking days?
5 days.
Drop? His men are falling down. His men are going in. The mix are wrecking them for 5 fucking days. Wanda says it themselves. Like, reinforcements were coming in back and forth like day and night. Neko Mamushi, Inu Arashi. They said they couldn't. They were tilting the battle.
Yeah, they had the upper hand, but there was one
The only
guy
person
who
they
couldn't
couldn't
stop.
stop was Jack, and I'm thinking this dude must be awakened Zoan. That's why he was wrecking shit up.
I think Jack was going because Dogstorm and Cat Viper they had chance to go back, watch some TV. You know what I'm saying? They get to eat, and then they come back fresh. They come back fresh, bro. And Jack has been fighting their whole time. Like,
Yeah. It's kind of sad, actually.
The thing about it, though, the devil fruits themselves, the wacky version of Caesar's version, because Caesar's version is like, not the gas. I'm talking about his devil fruit, the fake one, the smiles.
oh, the smile, yeah.
The smiles aren't like Vegapunk. You could say that Vegapunk. It was claimed that Vegapunk's devil fruit was a failure.
I mean, look at Momonosuke.
Yeah, but yeah, it said it was a failure. But even if it is a failure, it looks like a success to me because he's not like a fucking what are they called? The guys that fucking look weird, the fucking weird shit from the Kaido's crew. I think they're called the Pleasures. Yeah, he's not a pleasure.
Yeah, but the thing is,
Caesar's data is based on Vegapunk, and yet Vegapunk, even though it's called a failure, Momonosuke can go. He can go back and forth. But the pleasure, he looks like an actual fucking dragon completely. But the pleasures, no. You see a guy who's turning his hand into a wolf. I mean, why can't he go completely? That's not how a Zoan is. He has to fucking, completely go Zoan. Like head, feet, arm, Not just, disparate, like one side is like a head.
I mean, it's tough, bro. It's tough to say. But I know that if Jack is this powerful at 1 billion, Marco has to be a problem. Ben Beckman has to be a problem.
How high do you think?
I think he's 1 billion because he's just like Kid. He goes around killing innocents. He goes around killing innocents.
I mean, he's a calamity, right? So
yeah,
where Jack goes, it's like a famine. He's going to take everything from you. I think that's what his thing is. It's like he wants to take everything. Like he's, you know what I'm saying? Like
I was going to say that I've seen maybe Jack encountered Kid and cut off his arm because we never know who fucking cut off his arm. Because we know prior to the time skip, his arm was okay. I thought it was like before the time skip.
Nah, that could happen after.
He got his arm wrecked by the pacifista. But no, his arm was okay. It was after. Like who fucking?
Yeah, during the time skip. That's a good one, bro. Because we've seen Jack cut off limbs. Maybe that's his thing. Maybe
But how did this dude escape Jack? Jack doesn't look like.
But Jack didn't kill him though. He didn't kill the Dukes. He could have. You know what I'm saying? But he just like maybe he's like, yo, I'm gonna take a limb so you can remember who did this, bro.
Oh no, yeah, he just
I've
had
seen
to
a
leave.
theory. Somebody said that Jack, because he's worth $1 billion, he's gold Roger's power level.
Could be.
That
I hope so.
how
I wouldn't say gold Roger. I would
How?
probably
How,
say like
Sway?
he's.
You ain't got the answers, bro.
Wait, there's no way that they have someone as the pirate king. It's like even say someone's a
Squad.
pirate king, it would be like
What
twice
is
as
the pirate king exactly?
Say what?
Stronger than everybody. Somebody who's stronger than everybody.
You have conquered everybody. You have conquered.
It's just a title for me. Like,
Yeah.
what is the pirate king? It's a
It
title.
depends who you are.
It's just a
You-
fucking
One captain above all captains.
because it's just
You
a
and your
fucking title
crew
that
have
the world
conquered the
government
seas.
just gave Roger because Roger had a big bounty. Oh, we'll put this guy, the pirate king, because he's not like all the other pirates. You messed up or speak ill of his crew, he wrecks your shit up.
I think it's a collective
He's
thing. It's a
He's a
collective.
pirate king because he beat everybody.
Because they
You
say
and your
he's
crew.
like Luffy. They say he's got the same personality as Luffy. Look what Luffy did in his lobby. He could have just let Robin go. But no, he went in his lobby. He fucked shit up.
Nah,
The
but
government
Robin
doesn't
at that
care.
point, she was part of the crew.
Well, she wasn't really part of the crew.
You
She
mean?
was part of the crew, but she didn't feel that she.
I mean, she didn't feel like
I'd
she
rather,
was.
I'd rather Robin over
Because-
Vivi, 100%.
Why, bro?
Yeah, that's the thing.
Vivi was wrecking shit.
Who just said that?
Of course.
Robin over the Vivi thing.
I did.
This one? That's
Yeah.
the one thing. Some people still go on about the Vivi shit. That Vivi would have been a better crew. I said no. Oda, do not bring Vivi.
Bring
Because
Vivi
what
back.
Thank you.
Hashtag bring Vivi.
Thank you.
No,
Thank
what
you.
does
First
Vivi
thing me and you
do
agreed
exactly?
on.
Vivi can't
Thank
really
you.
fight. She just does a fucking hooker dance.
A yo-yo, a hooker dance. Thank you, sir.
She does a fucking
Thank
hooker
you.
dance, like a fucking hooker
Thank
dance. You see the fucking strings twirling around, like fuck, man. What kind of
Thank
movie-
you, son.
What kind of
Thank you.
Right
That's
now,
not
the
a move, man.
VV, the VV hate is strong.
Yeah, man. Hey,
Thank you, son.
I don't know
I
why.
don't hate Vivi.
I don't know why y'all hate on Vivi right now.
I don't
Vivi,
don't come at Vivi like that.
The
She's
fact that
great.
come on. Vivi was putting them hands on Luffy, bro.
Facts.
it's ridiculous.
What?
She must have had a hockey.
Rebecca, I know Rebecca cries a lot, but when it comes to Rebecca and Vivi, Rebecca would probably get Vivi.
I'd rather none of them.
You said
Both of them trash. Both of them weak cannon father characters. I'd rather them stay off the show forever. You know, that's
So
just
why is
say
Brook
who's
on the
sending me
show?
ahead. That's it.
Brooke,
Because
Brooke
Brook is clearly a powerhouse.
Hold on, do you think
Clearly a powerhouse.
I mean,
Like,
if you look
he
at
was the
Brooke's
captain?
ability, his ability to fucking turn himself into a fucking ghost, it'll be like on some spy shit.
Ooh.
Okay, but
Some
how
spy shit.
would you
He
do
just
something
No,
like
controls
that?
his own body. He could fucking
Brooke
spy
got
on
the
those
same
people if he
speed.
wanted to.
Yes, what?
Brook's speed can match Sanji.
Huh?
His sword
I
play
don't know.
is good.
That's not true. Okay, I
don't-
disagree on you on that. I disagree on you on that.
Hey.
I was okay with
Hey.
the TV shit, but
There's
now
some-
I disagree.
Brook,
There's something.
Brooke can win on top of water.
let me
Let
explain it. Let me explain it. Let me explain it.
told me Brook gonna be
Let me
pirate.
explain it so you can see.
If you're gonna tell me his speed is
Let me-
bigger than Sanji just because he was running on water, that's not true.
Yeah, that's not true.
No.
I'll show
No,
you.
Because
let-
he was running
let
on
me
water.
explain it.
Running on water.
Let me explain it.
Go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
As
Explain it.
I'm gonna explain this right now.
Yeah, go
I
ahead.
said this because Brook, he was the leader of his military on his country. He was the second in command as a captain. He became the captain. He died, came back to life. That means he got enough potential to be vice captain to Luffy. Why would Oda put somebody at that stature,
Vice
that
captain.
high, and not no? Why would somebody as a leader of his country became a vice captain and then became a captain and then
he was like a musketeer or some shit like that. He was like a musketeer in some country. We never know what
Yeah,
he was. He was like a fucking musketeer, the leader. The leader.
yeah, he was a leader. You just said he wasn't a leader.
The leader,
I said he was
but
the leader.
not like
You
a
say he
fucking
wasn't a
king or
leader.
something. He was a leader of like some military group.
Exactly. That's what I said.
Because that's what he said. He was the leader of a
All
squad.
right, let me finish.
Country,
Let me
but then
finish.
He became a pirate.
Let me finish praising Brook. Lord Brook. All right. After that, why would Oda show somebody at that stature just not show him no more with all that potential he has? That's why I think Oda keeping him under wraps. He keeping him under little golden things.
Look at the other people on the crew. Like, you got fucking Frankie, who was like fucking he was doing shit on what was that Water 7, and he went.
That's why he got a big position. Why you think he got a big position now? Frankie got. I'm sure I've heard.
Who has a big position now?
The one with the big position, Frankie, is Zoro. On and off, that Zoro has been said.
Zoro's the right hand man. Zoro's the vice captain. That's obvious. He's the vice captain.
You know who was telling Brook what to do in this past chapter, right?
Yeah, Nami.
Nami's like
Nami tells Zoro to do. Nami tells Zoro to do. Nami.
I think if there was some form of chain of command, it would be Luffy, Zoro, Sanji as the strategist, Nami as the fourth one. Because
Sanji was telling Brook to protect Nami.
Yeah, well, Nami's, I don't know. I think it's between Nami and Usopp could be the trickster. Who's the trickster between them?
Probably Usopp.
Nami?
Nami could be the trickster because she can.
She is a cat burglar.
Yeah.
Well, Usopp could be the trickster too. He's got these fucking plants.
Ooh, yeah, Usopp's
Brago, say that one more time.
Nami's
about Sanji told Brook to protect Nami. Say that one more time. I gotta record you. Say it one more time.
He said, "Go over there with the weak trio."
Whoa!
I don't need, your strength isn't necessary here.
You put Brook in a weak trio?
Yes.
Dang, nah, that's kind of dirty.
Brook is not here, man.
He's like fifth strongest amongst Straw Hats.
I got
Frankie.
Yo, hold on.
Sanji, Robin,
Brook cannot be put in the weak trio, man. It was stated back then. It was Chopper, Nami, and fucking Usopp. Now the Chopper thing, I think the fact that he is weak is because it's psychologically. He's like a kid, but physically he is strong. Bigger than Usopp.
What? Isn't he the oldest character?
No, he's a kid. He's like maybe 15 years old.
Who, Brook?
Yeah. Chopper.
Not Chopper. I'm talking Brook. No. Sorry. Chopper. 15.
Oh, I'm about to say.
Brook is 15?
I'm like, Brook.
I said Brook was like 30.
Son was talking about 50 years for the last. For 50 years!
Brook's like
struggled on his own.
But I wonder how long the gag is like in this new chapter gonna go on, like the fucking bone gag.
The what?
The bone gag. Like with Brook, when it comes to Brook and the mink dogs, like Inuashi was the chomp on this dude. I wonder if he's gonna replace his own like severed leg with Brook's own fucking legs.
I don't know. I think he's trying to eat Brook.
Yeah.
You talking about
the dog storm?
Yeah, the Dog King. Yeah.
He could use Brook's leg like a fucking stomp or some shit like that. Like replace it. He can chew on that leg anytime he wants.
Nah, I think
he's not messing with Brook because he sets his power level.
Nah, Long gonna hook him up. You said he's not messing with Brook because what?
He senses his power level clearly.
Of course, Brook is no competition.
Oh man!
I know that One Piece when it comes to characters, whether you're invalid or you have skinny ass legs, big arms, you always end up OP. So how are these dudes gonna end up OP with one legless, one armless?
The cat got off easy with the arm.
You can say the same thing about the OG redhead Shanks. You can say the same thing about him.
Yeah.
Shanks, just like Oda said before, it doesn't matter.
Yeah,
his one arm didn't change anything.
Shanks himself, he can be overpowered himself. You just have to fucking block the other arm. He can't fucking do shit anymore.
No, but the thing is,
he need backup. He need backup from these other dudes.
If he use one sword style, I don't see where he loses any power there. Like at all. Like if you're how do you?
Shanks.
You probably get better.
Because when I look at Shanks,
you're practicing more than just one hand.
Because when I look at him now, he kind of looks a bit weak, just like how Mihawk sees Shanks.
Don't sleep, bro. Don't sleep.
Please don't.
Please don't. Let me talk. Mihawk sees Shanks. He's not interested in Shanks anymore because Shanks lost his arm. So now you see Shanks one armless. So if you want to strategize to beat Shanks, You have just kind of block that arm. He can't
So
do
as
shit.
I think that's way too simplistic to say block an arm.
Yeah.
Block
We
it on, block it, cut it off, or some shit like that.
cut it off. Cut off a Yonko's arm.
Oh, look at what they did to Whitebeard. They fucking they kind of boiled his insides. They shot him
Wait,
like
wait, wait.
50, 100 times inside.
Whitebeard was 72.
He was 72, but this dude had an iron body.
Shanks is still in his prime right now. And I think Whitebeard, he just came off. This dude came off a medication basically and came.
Yeah, but Whitebeard wasn't OP.
You think
Whitebeard wasn't OP?
He was
Wasn't
OP.
or was?
He was OP.
Do you think Whitebeard at Marineford is as strong as Shanks?
At Marineford?
No.
No way.
No.
No.
He stopped the war.
Because if Whitebeard were to go against Shanks, that would have tired Whitebeard out.
No,
He would need medication.
Shanks.
He
The
would have
fact
needed
that
medication.
The fact that Shanks was okay to walk into another Yonko ship by himself.
Yeah, well, his hockey is fucking dangerous. Like he's breaking shit up.
He was like, yo, I'm gonna just throw a little bit out there to let y'all know. Let y'all know what's up.
That's the funny thing, though. Well, King of Lightning did a theory on that, like how Haki can manipulate out the world outside, like how when Ace used his Haki, the fire that was surrounding them it just went out. It went out.
Yeah, it can nullify it. Yeah, it can nullify it.
Like he can nullify the outside world. And when he just turned off the Haki, the fires just came back up. They came back up like those things were out. How does something go out just go back up? Doesn't make sense.
Wait.
You have Shanks coming in there on that ship. That ship's breaking apart.
Yeah, Shanks he probably has the strongest hockey we've seen. I mean, as far as the most impressive hockey we've seen.
Go ahead. And
The most control we've seen. The most control we've seen is Rayleigh though. Like Rayleigh came in there.
We haven't seen Rayleigh break shit with his hockey, like his hockey.
But Rayleigh looks like he can control his hockey.
Did break shit with his hockey. I think he did that. I don't know if he was moving.
Nah, Dolphy never broke anything, but
because I saw the panel where he was in there. He was fucking mad. He touched his chest, and I think he used his Conqueror's hockey where he fucking smashed that place down.
Nah, I don't think he uses hockey to break.
Nah. Dolphy hockey is weak. He got hockey, but it's weak. His Conqueror's hockey is weak, but his armor's hockey is strong.
I don't know about weak. I don't know about weak.
Dolphy's hockey is weak, bro.
Yeah.
He's not weak, man.
You see how he just
go to that.
You saw he ate.
Go to that fight with. Go to that. No, that's not. I'm talking about Conqueror's hockey, not Armor hockey. Armor hockey is strong, but Conqueror's hockey is weak. I say that
how
because
can you tell it's weak?
Yeah, I don't know about that either.
I'll say that because that Smoker fight when he was fighting those Marines and he used his Conqueror's hockey in the circle, and all of them didn't get knocked out near him. I'm talking about close to him. They all didn't get knocked out. The ones that was like in the middle.
You're talking about as if like there were some of them that were mentally strong to resist that.
Yeah, bro.
You talking about goons? You talking about goons?
That's what I'm saying. He went out of hockey, and some didn't get knocked out, as if they were strong enough to resist it.
Goons strong. So you saying you confirm what I'm saying? You saying that his hockey is weak?
I'm not saying he's weak. You said that.
No, you just said he couldn't knock out goons.
Wait. These guys are
the G5. Yeah, the G5.
They're different from regular.
Yeah, they're goons.
Soldiers, right?
Yeah, they're different. Yeah,
they're different. They're not as.
I remember what he's saying. I saw it in the anime and the manga. Some of them still were standing.
Yeah.
So Doflamingo, you could say that he wasn't pissed at 100%. He was pissed, but that hockey burst could have been like 20%. But some dudes got knocked out. Some were still standing. So you could say with a 20% burst, that's Haoshuku hockey.
Yeah, I think Dolphy has his Conqueror's hockey is it's like it's hard to measure Conqueror's hockey. I mean, Oda did say that Shanks, if he was at Fishman Island, he'd have knocked out all 100,000, whatever.
Yeah.
And
the thing I don't like about the anime itself is that why did they took out the foaming at the mouth? That shit is awesome.
So why they think
what? Say that again?
The foaming at the mouth.
Oh.
Why did they take that shit out? They just replaced it with a fucking saliva drop. Like a stream of saliva on your mouth. But the foaming is awesome.
There was foamy?
I didn't see that.
They were foaming.
Yeah, at some point
I
they're
know their
foaming.
eyes turn over.
Yeah.
No, go
Yeah,
back
the
to
eyes
the Fishman
turn.
arc. Go back to the Fishman arc in the anime. I think there's an error where they didn't completely erase the foaming. They were supposed to turn the foaming into like streams of saliva. Some of these fishmen, when they're on the ground, they have saliva. They have foaming in their mouth. They're foaming. So that was
Yeah,
an
that's
animation error.
because Luffy crushed their mind.
Yeah, it crushed their mind. But the anime, is somehow they don't want the foaming. Something about like in real life, there's some people that foam at the mouth, some shit like that. They don't want people to get traumatized by it. But that's how Oda does, or how Haki. But in the anime, they make it like a stream of saliva. But the only
I think when two Conqueror Haki players matches with Armor Haki, I think the Conqueror Haki instantly comes out.
I don't know. I don't think so.
It's up to speculation.
It's
Wait,
just
say that again, Chris? I didn't hear that.
We saw that with Don Jinjiao and fucking Garp. They were fucking blasting electricity.
No, I'm saying that when two Conqueror Haki people like attack each other with Armor Haki, they don't have to go.
I know what you're saying. It's like the same thing with Luffy and Jinjiao. But I'm telling you that the electricity shit, it happened with Garp and Don Jinjiao. Garp doesn't have Conqueror King's Haki. I don't
Garp?
know if he does. Garp.
I don't know.
I don't think he does. He doesn't. No, he
I
doesn't
don't
have it.
see why he wouldn't though.
No, he doesn't have it because,
Why
like I
wouldn't?
said, because King of Lightning made a point, and I kind of went on the One Piece Wikia, and they said that Conqueror's Haki, you could say it's kind of based on freedom, and you fucking ignoring the rules, you do what you want, and because the Marines are so focused on rules, do this, do that, don't condescend me, don't fucking, don't, you have to respect what I tell you to do. So pirates and
I saw that. I don't really buy that. I feel like if you're a conqueror, it's like you have the power of the Supreme King. I don't think because it's like if Luffy joins the Marines now, he's gonna lose. He's gonna lose his Conqueror's Haki.
I think the Conqueror King's Haki is based on freedom, some shit like that. Something related to freedom because you want to do whatever you fucking want. You don't care about the consequences.
But let's say it's like if you have the qualities of a king.
Well, yeah, but a king does whatever he wants.
Garp does sometimes.
Yeah,
the only time
I
see like he really did what he wanted.
Garp's a Marine, so you could say that the fact that Marines.
Well, the thing is that a king doesn't really do whatever he wants because he has advisors.
He has advisors, but if he wanted to, he could have fucking chop off the head of his advisors. One of them sneeze at him. He could do that. I mean, that happened in fucking China, like.
And then you get overthrown.
South Korea. I think it happened in South Korea. Well, Kim Jong-il, like one of his generals, was standing up sleeping, and he fucking had him executed.
Those are kings that get overthrown. But it's
well, what about Zoro then? So if I think earlier you guys were talking about Zoro getting Conqueror's Haki. Can he get Conqueror's Haki?
He might have it.
Zoro, I believe he definitely already has it.
I mean, I think that when it comes to Conqueror's Haki, if your father had it, he could pass it on to you. So I think Roger had it, and Roger passed it on to Ace. And I think Dragon might have it.
So then why wouldn't Garp have it?
Garp, like I said, Garp's a Marine. You could say this dude is based on order, law and order. Marines and Revolutionaries and pirates, they don't fucking care about the rules. You see the fucking...
But that theory is flawed. That theory is flawed because Garp got the most freedom out of most vice admirals we see. The vice admirals got the most freedom based on all the other Marines.
Not really. I think the vice admirals, there's a limit they can't cross. They can't cross when it comes to the admirals.
My boy,
he saved one of the most dangerous people's sons. He got an island worth of bandits he's protecting. He's probably protecting hundreds more islands that we don't know about. We never know. He's probably protecting more kids that's criminals. So that theory will be flawed. That is based on freedom. Garp got the most freedom.
My boy, Monkey D. Luffy just commented, says, in your will, it depends on how big your willpower is.
Yeah.
I mean, I
Yeah,
think
but
And you know,
it's basically how big your willpower is, or the will of the person you're trying to knock out. If he's a
I
scrub,
think it's.
if he's a scrub, he gets knocked out easily.
I mean, that's why I think Zora has it because Zora basically
Not
intimidated
even that,
someone that wasn't fodder.
because
That's the first time we saw that.
some people think that when it comes to Conqueror hockey, it has to be the leader of the pirate group that has to have it. That the sub captain
No.
can't have it.
No.
I think that
But we've seen
Roger did
sub
have it, and
captains
then you
have
had
it.
Rayleigh that did have it too. Even though Rayleigh was the sub captain, so if he was the sub captain, then why is it that he had it?
No,
So
really,
I'm
he's
thinking
definitely
that
the right
because
hand man. And wasn't
yeah,
Shanks a cabin boy?
cabin boy, yeah, he was the cabin boy and he had it.
So it's like I don't think it's reserved to just captains.
But
You
I
know?
think he's based on who he's trying to protect.
From what we've seen in the series, it's basically captains. Like Doflamingo, because this dude was dropped down from hell, and he was going to be a pirate, Haoshuku Haki unlocks immediately for him. Same thing with Ace. He was a nobody, he had freedom, boom, Haoshuku Haki unlocks, he ends up being a pirate.
I
That's
don't know.
basically how you see
Yeah.
it. Every time he
I don't know
goes
about
to the pirate, I think Kaido has it too.
I mean,
You think
as a
Kaido got King's Conqueror hockey too?
Yeah, he might have it.
as a Yonko, it's not if a Yonko has King's
Yeah.
hockey.
No,
You think Blackbeard got it too?
He has to.
Blackbeard? He might have it.
It would make
He
sense.
might have Haki.
I think it's
You
an
think-
amplifier. That's what I
You
think.
think Big
It's
Mom
like-
have it too?
Big Man, I don't know, man.
I
I
think.
don't know. She
What
might.
if
But
what if
she's a
Bonnie
Yonko,
has
so
it?
she might have it. She's a Yonko.
I
She might
think
have.
any
I
Yonko
won't say
having.
she has.
Yo.
I won't say she has Kankakis Haki, but actually she has Bushoku Haki.
I think she has. They have all the hockey. Listen, man. They Don't Chinjao said it to Luffy. Oh, you have the because Treble worded it in this past episode. You have the color of the Supreme King, right? So, Don Chinjao said you have the color of the Supreme King, but there's a lot of people in the New World that have that too.
So it could be that if you want to be the Pirate King, you'll have to.
Once you get to the New World, those are everybody from everywhere, just all in one place. You're going to have a lot of people with those same qualities.
So you're saying that when it comes to Don Chicho, he was a scrub?
Hmm?
Are you saying Din Chao was a scrub when it comes to his Conqueror King hockey? Like, if there are other people around, so there must be a degree higher. Like, as Luffy goes up the chain, he could be more powerful dude.
I think he experienced a lot stronger than Luffy's.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Where it's like he experienced like, all right, you say you want to be the Pirate King? Like, I've probably seen other people in the New World where they basically blew me away with their King's hockey. So you got a ways to go, youngster. He could have been talking about one of the Yonkos. Maybe, what if he ran into Kid before and Kid showed him his Conqueror's hockey?
Whoa, Kid got Conqueror hockey? Whoa.
I believe he will.
Yeah, I feel like that should happen.
I think he has
Really?
armament.
Whoa.
He might have
Whoa.
armament.
Him and Killer.
I don't know.
Killer too?
Killer, no.
I mean, well,
Killer-
Luffy and
Kid,
Zoro,
maybe.
yeah.
The thing
Why,
about Kid,
wait,
though,
how can we say Zoro probably get it and not Killer? Zoro
But
just
how are
Killer
we measuring Killer with Zoro?
because Zoro just passed Killer and Bounty.
Zoro is
So we basing this on bounty, and
Not just
we keep
bounty.
telling each other
No,
we can't say bounty.
Not
We
just
haven't
Bounty.
seen
Zoro beats.
We haven't
Zoro
seen
beats
Killers.
Killer. Zoro beats Killer by far.
Whoa. I don't know about
How?
that.
Based on what?
Yeah.
Based on
We
what
haven't
he
seen
did
him
to
do
fucking-
anything.
Based on what he did to Pika, can you think that the Killer is like fucking buzzsaws can fucking cut?
Come
Pika?
on, bro. Stop sleeping on Killer, bro.
Yeah.
Oh come on.
But hold on, we making Killer higher than what we supposed to be putting him. He's way
Why?
too high. We put him on the same level as Zoro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But what Zoro did is almost what Law did to fucking Punk Hazard.
I mean, look at this. Who is Luffy's rival in the Supernovas?
Kid.
You could say it's
Nobody.
Nobody.
It's gotta be Kid.
But based on we putting this on bounty. We gotta remind ourselves.
You're talking about bounty. Yeah.
Luffy became infamous because what he did that the government didn't like. Kid became infamous because he killed people.
No, not
If
just
Luffy
because
killed
he killed
people-
people. No, Shaki said it's higher than Luffy's because he killed people.
Yeah,
he
that's
didn't
the
become
thing. He
infamous
killed
because
people,
he killed
but
people.
is doing the same shit that Dragon's doing, wrecking shit up for the World Cup. He's wrecking shit for that the government is doing. Like he wrecked their fucking judicial system over there. He wrecked the island. He fucking beat one of their warlords. He made them look weak, as if the warlords mean shit. That some no-name pirate can come out of there and just wreck them up. Look
Wait,
at
so
Doflamingo.
you think Luffy's a lot stronger than Kid?
Yeah.
Me, yes,
think
a lot
he's
stronger.
A lot
After Gear
stronger.
4,
I would
You guys
probably
are tripping.
if I were-
He can't be.
if I were
So
to
do
really
say it,
you
I would
guys
say-
think he hasn't been training as well?
That's what I'm saying.
of course he's been training, but Luffy's Gear 4, is overpowered.
No,
He can fly.
listen. You know,
I
Kid
wouldn't- I
Kid has been
wouldn't
in
go
the
with
New World
the
longer
Gear-
than Luffy.
I wouldn't go with the Gear 4 theory because Gear 4
Yeah, Kid's been hiding. That's what we've been saying. He's been hiding.
Hiding?
Yes, he's been hiding.
Isn't Kid trying to go take Shanks out, bro?
Yeah,
Not no
with
more.
3
He
other
got-
cats. Yeah.
Go ahead.
Oh yeah. I heard that Kaido. Somebody said Kaido killed Kid. Is that true?
He got wrecked probably, but or they
don't
just
know.
alive.
We don't
We'll
know.
probably,
You don't know.
see that like halfway through Zou or probably when the arc's done.
But I don't know. Maybe they do stand a chance against Kaido. I don't know.
Oh no, come on, man! Really, Kaido?
I highly doubt it.
The dude fell 10,000 meters. 10,000 meters and they had a fucking crater. How do you think they're gonna
I mean,
survive that?
Can Luffy fall off of Sky Island?
Yeah,
Yes,
I mean, but he's rough.
He's resistant to damage.
Exactly.
He's fucking rubber.
Exactly. We don't know what Kaido's power is, so we can't judge and gauge how impressive it is yet. Like we don't know his power is.
Kaido
very true.
could probably because he's got a fucking strong body. Look at the fucking the
But does he have a scar? Does he have the same scar as Luffy?
no, but look at the fucking
No.
brothers. Those fucking father brothers. that were on the-
Kaido,
that were on
does
the-
Kaido have the same scar as Luffy?
No.
Go
Well,
look
you
at
could say you could say yes because it's on the side.
Go look at Kaido then. He has a scar. I mean, it's like he is. You can't hurt him. He's not. He
That was probably Whitebeard. Man, 'cause
can't be hurt. But that's what I'm saying. It's like
Whitebeard. He doesn't. Well, he was hurt because that was a big gash, man.
that's
I
a
think
huge.
I think that was Mihawk.
That's a huge scar.
No,
I was sitting here thinking that too.
I think it was Whitebeard because when he got up, like he said, oh, that Whitebeard did a number on me. So that means that's probably Whitebeard that fucking did that to him, or maybe because Whitebeard died and there's no one in the world that can fucking match up to Kaido's strength.
I wonder why he said that.
Is it his strength or durability?
You talking about?
Is it his strength or durability?
Wait, are you saying Kaido is weaker than Shanks? And then stronger than Shanks?
I think they're evenly matched. Because if he was able to get to Marineford in 24 hours, which it takes at least 3 days, I think.
He got there in less. Do you remember? He had to battle Kaido
Yeah,
on
that's
that
the
day.
thing.
And like when he joined up the war, he wasn't
Wait,
injured.
but if
So
he
he
had
must have
battled
beaten
Kaido,
Kaido
if he
easily.
had battled Kaido, where was fucking Jack? Where was
That was
Jack?
probably relevant.
Yeah.
We have a real
Jack should
fight when two emperor clashed. I like to assume a real fight of the two emperors, and everybody else is kind of irrelevant compared to those two characters. It's like whoever wins out of the two is the supreme winner.
I don't know. It's like Shanks, his crew was with him. I mean, even if Kaido had his crew with him, Shanks had his crew with him. So it's like these guys on Shanks' crew are not scrubs. Like
That is true.
What was Rockstar going to do?
Rockstar, what is that? What he had? Like
And then Rockstar was
94,000?
that guy.
90 million or some shit like that.
94 million. So that's not anything, but guys said we can't judge it off bounty.
No, but you also need to realize that guy was a newbie.
You was
Like,
Drago.
Jenkins did.
Drago, you was doing that.
What? No. But we've seen other things from these guys. We haven't seen anything from Rockstar, so we just judge them off bounty.
Well, he's a member of Jenkins' crew. That is a feat in and of itself, in my opinion.
I don't know. Whitebeard had some fodder, guys.
True, no, but Shanks is here to be like Luffy, like he had his main crew.
Yeah.
Who he's like, I don't care if you're strong or not, you're still a member. You know what I mean?
Rockstar was an errand boy.
True. You know, I don't even consider that an errand. Like, delivering a letter to Whitebeard is like,
Yeah.
that's not an errand. That's like that's like a life-endangering mission. He could
A
have
sacrificial
turned
lamb.
around and just killed him on spot.
Sacrificial lamb. Like, all right, bro. We don't really care about you. Let's just
Well, I think he probably like now. Remember, he's had 2 years, so he's probably a lot stronger.
I believe he's really strong. I mean, it's like that's the thing. We were just talking about Kid and Killer, right?
Yeah.
We a few people don't think Kid is that strong.
Well, Kid could be OP as hell. No,
Yeah.
scientifically, with the power of like, look at Magneto from the X-Men. Like they have a very similar ability, and look at how strong Magneto is. You know what I mean?
I think Kid is a beast. I think he's going to be a problem.
I heard somewhere that somebody said like maybe he'll learn how to like control the magnetic like the small magnetic like
In the air.
yeah, and like the air and like I think a good example is metal bending in Avatar, and you know how there's like in like metal and like other things that aren't
Yeah, there's metal and other things.
metal.
Yeah.
There's just metal like small pieces of it everywhere. So imagine he could learn to control that metal. Like imagine he could like take like a ship and like just control and like there's like some wood in the metal. He could actually control all the nails.
Give him the Renegade and that's it.
Give Kid the Renegade.
Yeah, give
Pretty
the
much.
Renegade, that's it.
That's pretty much what y'all want to have.
Give him
Give him the Renegade. Give him the Renegade because he's basically got two out of the 6 powers of the Renegade. He's got the fucking repulsion shit, and the fact that he's got the robot arm. He's got the robot arm, plus the Renegade can turn your body into a weapon. So
what we have to understand is at some point Oda's going to balance out the supernovas, right? At some point he's going to show us something from Kid where you're going to be like, oh shit, because
you mean the previous supernovas?
Shabandi. What do you mean?
The previous supernovas, because Luffy's no longer a supernova after 2 years.
I mean, I'm talking about that generation.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't find it funny people call them the supernovas like they're technically still supernovas when they're not.
Because it's been 2 years, man.
They're not really. The official translation is rookies. It's like super rookies, and they're definitely not rookies anymore.
The super rookies from Luffy's time, Luffy's generation.
You mean the worst generation?
They're going to balance. They're going to balance it out, and the Kid is going to do something to rival Luffy. Like Luffy's not just going to overtake and pass everybody. Kid was in the New World longer. He has gone through. He lost an arm.
Zoro lost an eye. I mean,
I think Oda has to do.
We don't know if he lost his eye yet.
Zoro didn't lose an eye, man. I think he's got some Mihawk shit in that eye.
I think Mihawk and they have just been screwed up and you have way too much power while fighting him.
No, what if that's a part of his training?
No, what if Mihawk gets screwed up and it's just like, and you're like, oops, sorry, I guess I should not. I guess I tried a little too hard, man.
Mihawk
I wouldn't be surprised if Zoro reaches Wano and he fights a strong samurai dude and he pops up a Sharingan.
No, I think Zoro. That's part of his training to keep one eye closed.
Maybe it's like part of his training, maybe part of his observation training.
His eye's gonna end up just like Mihawk.
No, like Rayleigh.
Because
I think these guys have alternate personalities. Like I believe Cavendish probably can't control his, which is Hakuba, but I believe really the Dark King, he had something about him.
Hakuba would be not Hakuba, Cavendish if he fucking took control over Hakuba like fucking Naruto over the Yubi.
You see how strong would Cavendish be?
Yeah, if he took control like over Hakuba like Naruto over Kurama.
I think they're a beast. I think they're strong as hell already.
You think Naruto's stronger than Kurama?
Yeah.
Wait, you mean just Kurama without all of his power or only half?
All of it. All of it or half. Both ways.
I think he is if he had chakra from the other tail beast. I don't know if he could. I think he would have some trouble if it was just him, would just save Mo versus all that. He would have some trouble. And half of his power that he has now is from the Nine Tail.
Hey, Bravo. Hey. I remember when I sent you a message once about the clans in Naruto. You said you were going to do some kind of discussion about it.
About which one?
The clans.
Uchiha?
In Naruto. Because there are some things in there that Kishimoto, he kind of bypasses them. He doesn't talk about it anymore. He introduces one.
Oh, there's small clans in Naruto that he just kind of shoved to the side.
Like the clans you see in general in Naruto.
I know what you're talking about. Like, one of my
Yeah.
big thing would my big thing with Team 7 would always, I always look at Sasuke and I'm like, well, you're doing it impressive, but look at Naruto and Sakura. They don't have any, like, Kege cards or anything
Because
that are, like,
I
overpowered.
know when it comes to an
The
anime
thing
series,
is,
an anime series is
yeah.
done, you have to love the main character because the main character is named the series is named after him. So you have to love Naruto more than Sasuke.
Actually, I had a
But
friend that almost that pretty much hates
now
Naruto.
I realize that when it comes to Sasuke, he's much better written than Naruto.
Oh, by far.
Because what has Kishimoto done with Naruto? He just powers him up every freaking time.
I think I probably like Naruto more than Sasuke because
No, I like him.
Sasuke is super emo.
They're both terrible.
I think the thing with Naruto is like you can appreciate this guy basically being starting from the bottom of the barrel and
Yeah,
working
but
his way up.
Kishimoto doesn't really evolve it. He just gives it power. It's just power over power over power. Like this dude is still stupid. He still shits on himself most of the time. Where I'm like putting my hand on my face. I'm like, why? Why is Kishimoto keep doing this to Naruto?
Now, here's a better question. The biggest problem with Naruto character, I think everybody can agree, is he forgave the man that murdered his own parents.
Oh yeah, when he said that, what was his name? Okay, Obito was cool or some shit like.
No.
That was disgusting.
The thing is,
man.
I think Naruto has a lot of messages there, where it's like forgiveness, friendship.
I see the message, but I want to make a quick point.
You think that if the Taliban are shooting people down, all you gotta do is like try to talk to them?
You gotta forgive, bro.
No, man. You can't forgive the
I have a
Taliban.
really good point I want to make about the Naruto fandom. And
What's
I've always been weirded out by it. So people like hate on Sakura for forgiving or still loving Sasuke, and I'm like, you do realize them, but nobody hates on Naruto for forgiving the man that murdered his parents. I'm like, Sasuke didn't actually kill anybody really important to anybody, to any of the main characters. You know what I mean?
I mean, Sasuke kind of.
No, I'm like, but why do people hate Sakura for forgiving Sasuke when Naruto?
Because he tried to kill her.
No, but Naruto forgave the man that killed his parents and condemned him to having a terrible, like, first 12 years of his life. What Obito did was worse, and Naruto still forgave him.
I don't know.
Obito did do a lot of shit,
Biased, that's the problem with Naruto fan base. Way too biased. I've had people say that somebody once told me Sakura couldn't be pre-time skip Naruto or Sasuke.
Naruto was saying, "I forgive you for what you did." Right? You can just stop this. He was still going to get disciplined by the village. It's not like he was going to walk scot-free. Sasuke, like Sakura forgave him and got knocked up by him.
So did Naruto. No, Naruto was like, okay, like Naruto losing an arm. He looked at Sasuke and he's like, hey, you wanna like his mindset there? He was talking to Sasuke like he was talking to an old friend that had never done anything wrong. They both forgave him. I think Naruto's worse than Sakura in that era. Like Naruto was just like, okay. Naruto, like, if I had been Naruto, I would have been like, I would have looked at Sakura and been like, no, you shouldn't heal him. He hasn't promised he's not going to do anything bad yet.
Well, some people don't even like how the Naruto series ended, though. Especially the pairing.
I wouldn't say much, but I did not like the ending. That's all I'm going to say.
I didn't mind the ending.
I was always a big fan of Naruto and Hinata, but now every time I see it, I like Hinata, but when I see the pairings now, I don't want to think about it. I think probably the Sakura fans were right.
No, I like the parents. I mean,
no, it's not. It's what Kishimoto did, man. That's what.
What parent don't you like? You wanted Naruto and Sakura? Because that'd be bullshit.
No. I
wanted that.
I didn't care.
Why?
I didn't
Sakura
care.
was shitting on Naruto the whole time.
If Sakura ended up with Rock Lee, I didn't give a fuck. Like when it comes to
that would have just been disturbing. Rock Lee should end up with anybody. Like who wants to be in a relationship with somebody? That's
I thought it was gonna be Rock Lee and Guy Sensei.
Whoa!
So, are you saying that Metal Lee is like their fucking baby clone?
I don't know.
No, the reason I didn't like the ending, I honestly would have been fine with Naruhina if it had actually made sense. But I just hate how Kishimoto somehow managed to find a way to even make Naruto, supposed crush on Sakura relate to his rivalry with Sasuke. I'm like, Kichi, not everything has to involve the Naruto and Sasuke rivalry. You can easily say teenage boys get turned on by women. You can just say that. You don't need to make it into
The
a part of
last
the rivalry.
Naruto, the last Naruto the movie was full of bullshit things with
The
Naruto.
I didn't
last,
watch it yet.
Boruto, because I haven't seen either.
Not the
No,
Naruto
Yeah, I haven't
like,
seen
movie.
it
Naruto
yet.
was fine. I only had a problem with in the
Y'all
last
seen
how
Naruto, the last
Naruto's
movie?
reason for liking Sakura
No, I haven't
was
seen it.
I wanted to spite Sasuke.
Well,
I'm like, wait, so you
the thing
asked a
about
girl
it is
out to
that
spite somebody
the
else.
whole,
You were
the
a
whole,
dick.
the whole fucking crush thing that he had on Sakura, Kishimoto says that wasn't true. It was basically Naruto competing for Sasuke because Sasuke had every girl around him. He had the teachers around him, and Naruto was a big loser. So the fact that Sakura was so much on Sasuke's dick, so he wanted Sakura.
Which I'm
And
like,
Sa-
not
Sakura
everything has to
calls
be
him on
about
that, and he
Sasuke.
says yes, which to me is a giant bullshit on Kishimoto. I know I'm a fan of Hinata and Naruto, but come on, that's a big bullshit. Like,
No, I mean, no, the reason could have been better. I look at the reason.
Genjutsu to fucking make Naruto like Hinata, plus the bullshit that happened at the end of the movie, with you learn that in the end that the fucking Sage of Six Paths, he is the fucking Kaguya's fucking son, who he had the Uchiha create the Senju.
Well, I liked all that.
Yeah.
I like that. The problem I had with all of it was just that I felt like the way the Kishimoto's explanation for Naruto's crush on Sakura, I felt that was very out of character for Naruto. He was pretty much using Sakura. Like, what was his plan? Like, did anybody have any information on what his plan was? Like, get Sakura to like me, and then be like, okay, I beat Sasuke, fuck you, bye, and it's dumper. Like, that's not Naruto does not treat people like that. You know what I mean?
The shit for me that kind of made me broke apart from the Naruto Hinata thing is the fact that Kishimoto
Killed Neji so they could be together.
He didn't know. He basically brought incest to the series, man.
He did
That's
what?
what he did. He brought incest to the series.
I mean, that's that type of story though, where they're
No,
trying
he
to.
brought incest because if you remember correctly, like you remember the part where Naruto was sitting with his mother and she's talking about the secret of the Senju and the Uzumaki. We learned that they're blood relatives, and then you have Hashirama Senju who marries Mito Uzumaki, who they
Oh
know
god, I never thought of that.
they're fucking distant cousins. They know that blood relatives. I fucking googled that
That's
shit.
normal though. That's
What
pretty
do you mean
normal.
it's normal marrying your cousin?
To extend.
Yeah,
to
first
extend,
cousin, second cousin.
Oh, come on,
Yeah,
it's still family, though, man. It's disgusting.
to keep the
that's
blood. To
Japanese
keep.
culture.
Wait, you think Sasuke's clan kept pure because they weren't marrying their cousins?
No, the Hero Clan are not this bad. They probably
I didn't think about that shit until Naruto ended, and I reread
Yeah,
Naruto. And
that was
that's-
happening like within like all the clans.
Well, not
that's-
all of them. All the big
and
ones.
I'm like, fuck it. I'm starting to count. Okay, who wasn't into the incest shit? The Senjus probably weren't into the incest shit because I was basing on them because of the color of their hair, because they had different hair colors. And then you got the Uchihas, they're all rocking black hair, and they have the Sharingan.
Yeah, to
Then
keep
you
your
got-
blood pure to carry on
But
the
then
clan,
you have the
have to.
fucking Hyuga clan. The Hyuga clan, they all rocking black hair, and they have white eyes. I'm like, fuck. I'm like, there was the part where you saw Hinata's mother, and I don't know because her eyes were shut. I couldn't tell if she was some woman from the village, from some other clan. If they was like that, I'd say okay.
Her mother?
Yeah, I would. Yeah,
Whose mother are you talking about?
Hinata's mother.
Okay, not
She had
the
her
mother.
eyes shut. She was smiling in a flashback. The 166th episode of Naruto Shippuden. You saw that, and I was thinking like, okay, is she from the Hyuga? If she's from the Hyuga clan, and he actually married someone from his clan, knowing that it's a bloodline from his clan, what the fuck? That's incest.
Yeah, bro, you gotta do it to keep the blood, to keep the clan going.
I would not be. No, knowing the Hyuga clan, let's be honest, it may not be optional. It may be you either do it or they kill you or something.
Yeah, you have to. That's something that you have to do. That's duty.
It's not like it's like the Urama. It's not like this is a different clan. It's not like this is a clan that Naruto is the head of.
But
Naruto would be like, if you don't want to do it, don't do
that's
it.
the
You know what I
thing.
mean?
Even with the Uzumaki, they were all rocking red hair. Like what the
Hell,
fuck?
Naruto and Tsunade are technically related when you think about it.
Yeah, they're related. And so that is like the fucking child of incest between Hashirama and fucking Mito Uzumaki. It's basically incest. Like, he brought it 3 times. I didn't see that shit until Naruto the Last, where I did not want Hinata to be part of Kaguya's fucking bloodline. most people were happy when she was part of the bloodline, but she's fucking family. You're gonna have two stupid cousins marry each other. That's disgusting.
Well, no, I feel like the big problem I have with all of that, the big problem I had with all that, was how weak Naruto was. And like, the planning of the character, like, one of the smart things to do in that situation would have been to have Naruto and Sasuke, like, Naruto and Sasuke wasn't needed. Sasuke could have a shadow clone protect the village. He's not needed. He could have gone to the moon and they could have won shit and they could have beaten that guy easily. But no, just so Naruto can get together with Hinata, they had to use some stupid strategy. I'm like, why is he fighting with Hinata? Why? Sasuke and him could end this in a minute.
We learned prior to the end of the movie that Hinata is related to the second son. So
I hated that. That was such bullshit.
The second son created the Hyuga clan, and then he created the Shinobi the Moon, which Toneri knows that history. So that means that he and Hinata are cousins. And at some point in the movie, Hinata's fighting Naruto controlled, and then he said, "How do you like the skills of my wife?" Like, what the fuck, man? Did you already get married? You just married your cousin? So it basically said incest right there. He just married her in the movie, and nobody's flagging that shit.
I mean, it's one of those things in anime you've come to like, whatever, dude. I'm not even going to think about
if
that.
If in real life you're saying no to incest, you shouldn't be saying the same thing with.
I mean, the thing is, in anime, we see the fan service with these basically teenage girls. You know, it's like it's a different culture.
And to me, it kind of shitted on Naruto for me. And I said, oh, you know what? The Sakura fan base, they were fucking soothsayers. They knew it was coming, so I know why they're pissed. He probably should have ended up with fucking Naruto or somebody. But not like this, man. Because if Kishimoto went and turned tell that Hinata's ancestor, the one who created the Hyuga clan, was some father ninja from the Shinobi of the Moon who banged a woman, then go up to live on the moon, I'd be fine with it. Because it's not related to the fucking giant tree that was massacring people within the war. I'd be fine.
Yeah.
But no, you have to make them all fucking related to Kaguya. It basically ends it.
But my problem I have, the bigger problem with that Naruto, I think, is just that there are so many. I think what Kishimoto did was he made Naruto and Sasuke too powerful. Just think about it. Nowadays, if you go into Gaiden and the last, they're both super weak in that, but then in Boruto, they're at like a level possibly above what they were in the war. Their power scaling is done according to the plot now.
Boruto himself, I'm not really a big fan of Boruto. When I saw him, I say copy and copy paste.
Well, have you seen the movie?
I've seen the movie.
Well, the movie was amazing. Nobody can deny that.
No, the way he is fucking drawn, like, it's almost like Naruto. Like, you know when Naruto was born, and he had the fucking fox marking?
It doesn't make any fucking sense, dude. He had the 4, he had the 9 tails in him.
No, yeah, before. He had the fucking fox markings. He wasn't even a fucking Jinchuriki. And then I thought, okay, the reason why he had it is because his mother's a fucking Jinchuriki. Okay,
yeah, maybe
fine.
because, like,
Okay,
the circumstances, maybe.
The 9 tails gets transferred to him. Then he has a son.
And they had them.
Yeah, and then they have 2 markings. It's not like, the more it gets... I don't know how that shit goes. It's like it's less. It's not going to say if you want to get rid of fucking markings, you have to have more children to get fucking rid of the markings. Like,
no, I have something I would like to, something I want to totally talk about before we, and then we don't need, and I'll stop. But I noticed something in Gaiden, which is, in Gaiden, it's like Kishimoto, at one point nobody, we all know it's not true, but he makes Naruto look weaker than fucking Sakura in that. We know it's not true, but he makes him look weaker. And I'm like, why is it necessary to make Naruto? Yeah, remember Naruto was defeated easily by a Shingai and Sakura shows up and saves.
I was so pissed with that.
I don't mind Sakura saving people. But I just mind the fact that there was no plot device reason. Naruto was just weak.
Naruto's probably regretting being Hokage now.
I don't think so. But the thing about Naruto, I understand is that he had the recognition, and he was already doing the Hokage job prior to when he was fought Pain. So he had the acknowledgement, and he protector of the village. Why does he need the position?
Yeah.
Like, legitimately, thinking of the pain art for a minute. Tsunade, he was doing Tsunade's job for her. He was fighting off pain.
Are you kidding me? The pain art was, for me, the worst art ever that Kishimoto ever did. Because it made no sense at the end. What was the point making Tsunade summon Katsuyu, then giving up a bunch of chakra to a bunch of fodder ninja who were going to get killed by fucking pain at the end, then be revived? So
Well, no, that's the thing. No people didn't die.
Huh? Just let them die. Just let them die. Hinata, Sakura, all of them died because they're going to be revived at the end.
No, and then
Naruto-
Tsunade doesn't know that, and Tsunade didn't protect them. Guess what?
Naruto was
Tsunade
just going to turn no jutsu this shit, and bam, like he always does, and the hero, the villain gets all fucking emo and fucking dies or some shit like that.
No, I know my problem with the argument. That my thing is, my real question is, why did Tsunade stop pain? You're the goddamn Hokage, bitch.
That's the thing. That's the thing. You went in
Isn't
there.
it your
Kishimoto-
job to kick this guy's ass?
Kishimoto is good at. He's good at hyping people. Like he hyped up Tsunade. Like Jiraiya was gonna take that post as Hokage twice
Yeah.
within the series. Twice he rejected it.
How strong was Tsunade?
He
Strong enough to
rejected
be Hokage.
it.
And you're
Tsunade is not
thing
powerful.
is, Sasuke's stronger than
No,
Tsunade.
you're wrong about that. Tsunade is not powerful as a character. No. All
I
she-
think it
she's
was
got-
more of like her, like
she's not physically-
she being
she's not
part of one of the
physically strong. She
Sandy.
has that fucking chakra buildup. That's the only she's got. She knows she's not physically strong. She got the chakra buildup shit.
No.
Take that away.
The
Take that away.
thing is that Sakura is implied to be stronger than Naruto than Tsunade. So I'm sitting there like, wait, does that mean stronger enough Sakura can now be is strong enough to be a Hokage at this point? I'm like using the lot. Kishimoto contradicts himself repeatedly during the war.
Yeah, he does that a lot. Like the fact that he puts Tsunade as the Hokage, right? The only person we saw Tsunade fight in part one was she wasn't a Hokage, but she declares herself Hokage before she has a time. She knocked out Orochimaru, one punch, bam, she's out. And the real time we want to see Tsunade fight as the Hokage is against Pain, who came in to destroy the village. Basically, the rule when it comes to these villages, when the fodder ninja can't do shit, the Hokage must step in. And they weren't doing shit.
No, my major problem with all that, you know what it was? No, my major problem was, couldn't Sakura had a lot of chakra stored up, right?
That's the thing. She was a student.
No,
She didn't do
but
shit.
wait, hold on. Let me ask you a question. Couldn't she have been like, Sakura, give me all that chakra? She could have had Sakura give her the chakra like she did with Obito, and then she could have gone and fought Pain. But no, that can't happen because Naruto needs to fight Pain, even though he should be weaker.
That chapter was so many fails. Summoning Katsuyu, making her divide herself, spread out that village where she could get information out of Katsuyu. She could have just get her ass up there, run throughout the village, knocking out all the pains until she reaches the gravity pain. I don't care if she fell from him. I don't care. In my book, she would get an A+. Look at what Jiraiya did. Jiraiya came in there, one pain, he wrecked that one up. Second pain comes in, he wrecks him up. Third pain comes in, he wrecks that shit up.
Here's a better question. About
the other
the
pain
Kishimoto power scaling.
we'll go all 6 on him, and then they killed him. It was an A+. Dude had one arm left. He got stabbed 6 times. He went out in a blaze of glory. Even if you didn't win, I would have loved that.
You know, the problem with power scaling in Naruto really is that there are things like the fact that in the wars implied Sakura was around Naruto and Sasuke's level before they got their god power, right?
Before, no.
Where when you agree with it or not, that is implied, right?
Before she got her power?
Yeah, like when
they had
Before,
that.
no, I don't agree with that. She was.
They had
No, but I'm asking you, is it implied?
She was
I'm
at the
asking
back
you
of the
about
bus.
We're asking about facts here. It was implied. Agreed?
It wasn't plus yet.
I think it was because she had that moment where she's like, "I'm not gonna be behind."
No, and Tsunade also said you had to even surpass Tsunade. You know what I mean?
That's after the time skip.
No, I said before they got their god powers.
I didn't hear that.
When they did the three-way summoning.
Yeah.
At
It was
that point,
implied.
she was around their level. So my question is,
No,
that would mean that if Sakura could have released that field with pain attack, and she would have been stronger than Save Mode Naruto, and that bothers me. And like,
if you're what you're talking about is after the time skip. So even after the time skip, I thought you were talking pre-time skip, but this is after. That means that she had that power all along. She had that shit all along. She could have just activated it within the pain arc, With any
That's
arc
my
she
point.
wanted.
Okay, I'm like, why did Hinata even need to die? I mean, when you had that steel activated, aren't you technically almost impossible to kill? So couldn't Sakura have just got it and just walked up in front of Pain and be like, hey, you can't, you literally are unable to kill me. So,
Well,
yeah.
Kishimoto failed in that chapter. She had the fucking, that fucking thing on the forehead. She had that. She had the chakra powers. Why wasn't she using that? Sasuke and Naruto, they had to get their power up at the end near death status.
No, my problem, my biggest thing Kishimoto failed on was one scene that would have been so hilarious, and he never did it. You did it?
What's that?
The picture right now. So, remember how Sakura would manually pumping his heart? Imagine he wakes up with the god power and just looks down and sees somebody's hand inside of his chest. Just imagine, just, like, that would have been such a fun conversation to see two people have. Like, why is your hand in my chest? How are you talking? You're supposed to be dead. You know what I mean? Just imagine how funny a conversation would have been. You know what I mean?
Probably would have been a good conversation. I say that.
It probably would have been hilarious. Knowing Naruto, he would have overreacted and thought he was like trying to kill him or something. You know what I mean? It would have been funny. It's like that's a big missed opportunity. But I feel like Kishi's thing was he wanted to be like a big reveal when Naruto showed up.
Yeah.
But I really want to see maybe Obito and Sakura's reaction. Like, just imagine like this dead guy who stands up. It's like completely healed. They had god power.
Next year. Is it gonna be like a 1 month issue or what?
I think it's gonna be monthly.
Yeah. I mean, I'm hyped for it. I mean, my only problem is that Drought kind of looks like a slut. I don't know why.
That's the thing. I don't like the fucking dress. Just put the pants on her or something.
No, my thing is that Drought is, in my opinion, the greatest character of that generation. That is my opinion. I think she is. I feel like she's I feel like she's one of the best. She's probably Kishimoto's best female character in general.
You can talk if you want, group stuff.
Oh no, yeah, I know. I was just saying I don't know much about Naruto, so I don't know much about the conversation.
Yeah, Froob don't mess with the Naruto.
All I'm saying is that I can see the guy really messing up her character, and that bothers me.
I was all on that Naruto hype train until
Pain.
Naruto got knocked out, and then he woke up with powers.
I think the craziest thing was when he healed Guy, and then he gave Kakashi's his eyes back.
No, my favorite conversation ever is Naruto and Sakura. Sakura's like, how'd you do that? I don't know. She's like, how'd you get them in your eye? He's like, I don't know. She's like, God damn it, Naruto, I want to know how to do that.
It's probably when Obito fucking dies. He dies, and somehow his spirit comes back into
oh my god, that was so
gives him the Mangekyo Sharingan, and then he awakens the fucking Susanoo.
That was so retarded.
And I'm like, what the fuck? Why did Neji? Why is it like King of Lightning said that if Obito could pull that shit off, Kishimoto made Obito pull that shit off. Why didn't Neji pull that shit off with Hinata?
Damn.
Well, no, the real question is, how the fuck did that make any sense? Kakashi is not. No, how the fuck did Kakashi should have needed Sakura to like save his ass after that should have killed him. Honestly.
Almost all the Hokages are almost. I would say almost all of them are failures.
Besides Naruto, Naruto's honestly done the job right.
No. He failed for me, man. He failed for me. Like even the last now, even this movie that came out, he failed for me, man.
You think Yondaime failed?
Yondaime? He didn't fail. I'll tell you who failed. So now they failed for me.
Yeah,
Naruto, he brought peace.
I don't know. The third Hokage was.
The third Hokage did a job fucking right. Let's all be honest. No. I'm not saying he's a good. I'm not saying he's a good person, but he did a job right. I mean, he could have handled the situation with Naruto way better.
Yeah, the third Hokage. I just like a lot of his things. He kind of like turned a blind eye to a lot of shit. It was like, work out. I'll be okay. Like, dude.
Well, dude, you gotta give him the like he's an old man. He didn't even want to be Hokage. He was only doing it because Minato went and fucking died like a retard, but he didn't even need to.
Whoa.
Yeah, but when it comes to defending
I like Minato. I'm just curious to why the smart thing and responsible thing to do would have been to steal the Nine Tail back into Kushina or something.
Yeah, you mean on the filler bullshit that's going on.
Oh god. I don't even watch the filler. I'm just waiting till the Naruto and Sasuke fight.
Yeah, because there's an alternate version of what you just said. They're doing a filler just like that.
Oh, I've heard about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch the last two episodes of the filler tonight.
Wait, the filler over tonight?
That filler's not over, man.
No. Nah, I'm just watching the last 2 episodes.
Why? Why are you watching it?
I've heard it's really good.
It's not good. Like, you could say
people probably say it's good because Minato did it. Let's all be honest.
And it had Sasuke getting trained by Shisui and all that. I want to see.
Yeah. You could say that episode was good. The only one I could say.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch the last 2. I'm like, okay, let's see what's going on here.
Like the other Hokage I don't like is Kakashi.
Kakashi never should have been Hokage. Not powerful enough. Sakura is stronger than Kakashi at that point in the theory.
Kakashi was
I don't know about that.
No, I'm talking about Kakashi without a Sharingan. I think
without the Sharingan.
Kakashi is useless without his Sharingan.
But the thing is, not really, because he can still use the jutsu he's learned.
We had no confirmation.
What jutsu?
What? You said, what jutsu?
What jutsu? Wait.
You know what Kakashi's moniker was?
The copy ninja.
Right.
The man who
He
knows.
can't do that shit anymore.
No. You copy the jutsu, you learn the jutsu, he still knows how to do the jutsu.
He knows how to do it. But remember what Kishimoto said. Kakashi the Kappa Ninja. He learned 1,000 jutsu.
No.
Where were those 1,000 jutsus within
Do you
those
think they're going to show
chapters?
1,000, bro?
No, I agree with him though.
He had 1,000 Chidorius.
Yeah, he said. Kishimoto said it himself. He hyped him up. Oh, the Kappa Ninja Kakashi. He's mastered 1,000 jutsu.
I believe he has mastered 1,000 jutsu. He hasn't shown all of them. I don't think.
Come on, it's just hype. Like I said, it's Kishimoto. He hypes you up, but he doesnn't deliver. He's not Oda. Oda will hype you up.
Kakashi's a fighting genius.
Oda.
I agree. I honestly didn't think he was. I think one, he was old. I think Kakashi was old. I think he was pretty old. I think he was kind of done.
To Kakashi?
I think his time was over when he lost.
No,
He was done, man.
He was around average. He was a little bit above average.
Hyped up Kakashi to the point where I'm not seeing the 1,000 jutsus. I'm basically seeing a bunch of techniques I've seen since part 1.
He's not gonna just pull out jutsus randomly just to go to the ramen shop, bro. Like, all right,
no, but why not during the war? Like, you could have just had done a whole chapter montage.
Wait, how many jutsus have you seen Kakashi do?
Let's say
He's
done earth style, water style, lightning, fire. He's done literally every element.
Yeah, but these are the same techniques we see every fucking time. No new jutsus.
I don't think so.
Every fucking time we see the thing.
My real problem is, I just don't think. I feel like after he lost the Sharingan, he kind of did. I think you have the right choice just because he was the strongest one that had the experience. I'm kind of just like, was it really, like, there are so many characters, like, I think any member of Team 7 was strong enough to be Hokage at that point. Besides Sai, for it, because fuck Sai.
And then you have Naruto, the last movie, who basically, you see Kakashi as the official Hokage.
He just stands there while Meteor.
Yeah, that's the thing. You see a fucking Meteor coming in there. His plan,
I haven't seen
a bunch of fuckers with 6 gates powers. They go in. They clever a fucking meteorite in half. Like, dude, you fucking cut it in half. The other one's coming down on you. Like, why not go all 360? Surround that shit when it's coming down on you and blow it up.
No, and then that's what happened. Sasuke had to show up and do his job.
That's the thing. Sasuke, one arm, comes in there, fucking owns Kakashi by showing a Kidori that Kakashi fucking taught this dude. He blows it up.
And even better, he does it before anybody can even move. So quickly, Kakashi could barely see him.
I mean, this is how Hokage, man. Then you got Naruto, who's basically sitting on his ass 24/7.
Kakashi failed because he wasn't the one to stop a meteor.
Yes.
Kakashi failed because he couldn't stop it. His job is to protect the village. He couldn't.
No.
Kakashi said, "I will protect the village for Naruto in his place." And so we're pretty much implied what the whole village would have been destroyed, and everybody would have died if it wasn't for Sasuke.
Because if you look at it, like, the evacuation still had people going into that fucking underground bunker. They had a bunch of people going into that underground bunker. And Kakashi, as the Hokage, your job as the Hokage is to promote the Chunin exams, but basically protect the village. That's basically what the job is. Protect the village. This dude didn't do that. He just stand there. As if he's on One Piece right now. He's on One Piece cloud. I'm gonna fucking Haoshuku that fucking meteorite. It's gonna pop out and fucking crumble.
What bothered me the most about the whole thing in general, because now I honestly don't understand why Naruto could not just become Hokage. I mean, he may not have been the brightest, but I think with Shikamaru's help, he could have done it.
The Naruto for me, the only thing I think these guys have, they got brains but no fucking power.
Mm.
They got brains but no power.
True. I mean, the best probably candidate at that time. Kakashi wasn't Hokage long. They're not as good as State Hokage. I think that was the best.
The Naruto, the last movie. You see that this dude, Shikamaru tries to do shadow clone on fucking Momoshiki. He just absorbs that shit like it was nothing. It just shows you that these guys only based on shadow possession. That's the only thing they do, shadow possession. All you have to do is fucking get rid of, just block their hands or shit, crucify them on some fucking jack shit, crucify them.
No,
you make it sound so simple.
It's like
It is simple, man.
Boruto did nothing but throw an attack in that movie. The rest of it was pretty much Boruto.
I haven't seen that movie.
This isn't even a spoiler. Naruto and Sasuke are stronger than Boruto. There's your spoiler.
Okay.
I mean, did that surprise you?
Talk about specifics. Don't talk about specifics.
No, I'm not. I'm just saying it's what you would expect. The same thing as in any other series. They try to give someone that's weaker than two other characters spotlight, but you know for a fact they couldn't do anything they did if it wasn't for these two overpowered pieces of garbage.
Hey, Floopsock, what do you think of Jack? Do you think his 1 million berry bounty is Yonko level, or what?
Do I think 1 billion berry bounty is Yonko level? No. I think he definitely, obviously he got his bounty from killing civilians and shit, but if we were just taking bounty as like a power level scale, and Luffy's bounty was 500 or 500 million, I'd say Jack is probably around 750 million power level.
So let's say that if because Luffy's 500 million, if he goes against fucking Jack, he'll be having his arms cut off. It's probably rubber stuff cut off.
Yeah, I guess.
It's hard to gauge Jack. We haven't seen enough of him yet.
Oh, I've seen enough, man.
Yeah, but the thing is, I can't imagine.
I don't need fucking power, man, from Jack. Just show me cruelty. You got me in your book.
True.
I'm a big fan. Show me cruelty. Like Doflamingo, we didn't see much, but the cruelty he did on Bellamy.
Wait, Dofi took arms too.
The first time we saw
The thing is like, you don't hype up a character for like 2-3 years, and then all of a sudden be like, oh yeah, his billion belly bounty, yeah, that's nothing. He's actually just trash. He's not very good at all. Like,
yeah, I don't know how strong.
Well, most people thought he was Axan Morgan. But the way I look at it, when I saw Jack's face, I'm like, how would Axan Morgan just put his body mass?
I thought he was Axan Morgan too at first, I'm not gonna lie, but then I thought about it, I'm like, that makes no fucking sense.
Yeah, he would have to surpass like a lot of people.
Yeah. Unless the mammoth fruit is like the most OP fruit of all time, that is not Axan Morgan.
Yeah, I gotta see more from that fruit too, because I can't even figure out exactly what else it can do. Other than
I mean,
bust gates down.
You gotta expect it to do some crazy shit, because if Oda can make a giraffe fruit pretty OP, then he can make a mammoth fruit OP.
What?
Yeah, Kaku.
You mean Haku? That thing was shitless. It was just a gag.
Kaku?
It was just a gag. That fucking power was just a gag.
Kaku was straight up dumb.
That robot form he did like fucking 4 fingers. I'm like, fucking shit.
Kaku was so much stronger than Zoro until Zoro got that like fucking Ashura power up mid fight.
Yeah, but he had a bunch of.
Kaku was giving Zoro that work.
Yeah.
He had a bunch of stupid moves when he was in giraffe mode.
I mean, he was like
he did, but like
figuring it out. There
was some cool shit like.
The only cool move I saw he did was when he fucking twisted his neck. That was cool. Twist his neck around.
Well, yeah, and that thing where he was like, I forget what he did, but he was like bouncing the things off the ceiling and like raining down.
I like that move, but I didn't like how he did it prior to that. He had to fucking made himself fucking square.
I mean, he was still figuring out his fruit. Like now, I'm sure Kaku has like
exactly. He literally had the fruit for like a day or something like that, or
I think hours.
that was literally like the first fight he used this fruit.
You gotta wonder, like, if you master 6 powers, that means them fruit powers are useless to you when you fucking ate it for the first time.
Not necessarily.
Because these guys were mastering this ability like fucking within an hour. They just ate that fruit. And you got that girl like she's fucking bubbling, numbing all over the place. Fucking Kaku's making stars coming down for raining down from the ceiling.
Yeah. Yeah. You guys talk about the Sanji thing?
We're going to get a legitimate, full-on real fight.
Yeah, it's kind of like what Rob Lucci said. Like, it's exciting to know what kind of powers you get when you first get it. So I'm thinking, so that made me think like, because you've mastered 6 powers, you get a fruit for that.
You think he got the fruit? No,
Yeah.
Rob Lucci was the only one that mastered.
What? He mastered 6 powers. He got all 6. They all mastered 6 powers.
Yeah, but they don't have mastery.
I thought Rob Lucci was the only one that could use the 6th one or whatever.
No, he mastered every one of them.
He mastered every one, so he's the only one that can use Rukogan.
Yeah.
I think all of them could, because Rob Lucci said, like, with that Nero dude didn't master, I think he mastered like 5, and Rob Lucci fucking killed him off. And then you have the other fucking CP9 members, and
they didn't master all of them.
The fact that Rob Lucci is the only one that mastered 6 powers, why didn't he fucking kill off the others?
He said kill off the other members?
He said it himself, I don't like people like you who probably you're showing weakness, and the fact that you couldn't master all the fucking powers, 6 powers. But if the other people did master the 6 powers and they got wrecked by these Straw Hats, then he should have just killed them
I just looked it up and it said Rob Lucci's the only one that mastered it.
Who mastered the 6 powers? Only Rob Lucci mastered it.
Like, the thing is, they could use them, they just didn't master it.
Yeah, they could, but they didn't master it. So Rob Lucci, that's how you can unlock that last move that should have knocked out Luffy, but we talked about that earlier, the friendship power.
Please don't use that word. Plot armor, that's like my most hated word in all of anime discussion.
You mean that Nakama power thing?
The plot armor. Yeah, I don't use that.
That word makes me so mad.
Fairy tale. The whole fairy tale theory.
Fairy tales, plot armor.
Yeah, I hear that Natsu's
You are my friend. I'm going to get a red and that power up that I'm just going to pull straight out of my ass.
The thing is, like, you can acknowledge plot armor as long as you can...
Fire Fist, I mean Fire Dragon Iron Fist.
Fire Dragon Iron Fist, who's that?
Isn't that one of Natsu's attacks, or is it like a Fire Dragon?
Well, the thing he can eat like attacks, so he can like use the attack after he eats them.
Guys, I will say one thing. Who here thinks it's funny that Natsu can eat Ace?
Can eat Ace?
That'd be funny.
Take that.
If Natsu can eat Logia like fucking Akainu and fucking Sabu.
But then again, Sabo could just be like armor coding, and just be like.
Fifth Son just said he said Luffy and Brook mastered Geppo. Hey, what's up, Angelo?
Brook, okay. So, you know what Yasuo for Dragon Ball is?
The Geppo thing, the only person
Yasuo is the equivalent.
The
Yasuo and Brook, they're the same. That's how weak he is.
Wow.
Did you guys talk about the Sanji thing, the Oda thing?
Yeah, about 2016.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm honestly kind of mad that he said that. I feel like he just like spoiled like the rest of it.
You mean the Sanji's birthday or some shit like that?
No, it was saying that next year they're gonna tell you who's Sanji's origin and his birthplace and everything. Which pretty much means like he's a fucking world noble or royalty or something. What else?
Why did be like Sanji is the son of like
so you're saying 2016 is gonna be the year of the Sanji where we're gonna get a 1 month for Sanji.
Now watch this. It's gonna be like December next year, and it's gonna be the last chapter of the year, and it's gonna be ending with Sanji saying, "I'm a prince."
This year?
I think it's exact opposite. I think the first chapter of next year is gonna have Sanji.
Okay, I thought it was this year. This year has no chapter.
Well, there's the next chapter that comes out. It comes out if it comes out on a Thursday, it'll come out the last day of
December.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
31st.
I don't think on December. I don't think that we're done here.
I think
we skip this week, and then next week we'll have a chapter.
And then it's like a 3-week break, I believe.
Because I think we're done this
Why?
month. I think we're done for One Piece chapters this month, and for episodes we got one more left, and then we're done.
Mac did a a thing on it. If you want to go to his channel and try to find the video, but pretty
Yeah,
much what it was is there's a chapter break, chapter break, chapter break.
yeah.
Yeah, I saw it.
Yeah.
But you did see his theory about the fucking relationship between Jack, Lola, and fucking Lola and backing, right?
Oh yeah, I have a similar theory as well. Oh, bro, dude, I came up with the I don't know. It's not the craziest theory, but you know Pizarro from Blackbeard Pirates.
Kizaru from Blackbeard. Really
No,
from
no, 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 no. His name's like Pizarro. Just look up Blackbeard Pirate.
Larry, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You know his name is the Corrupt King, like his epithet or whatever.
I don't know Kizaru. I know Kizaru Admiral, but the Kizaru Blackbeard. I know Akiji or some shit like that, but I don't remember that.
His name is Avalo Pizarro.
Oh, okay. Okay, Avalo.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Sorry,
You
sorry.
mean the guy that drinks a lot?
No, no, that's Vasco.
Avalo Pizarro, the guy that looks like he's part of Kaido's crew.
There's a guy that has something that
This
looks
guy
like...
is either for sure a Calamity or he used to be Calamity.
Okay, I know you were talking about. You're talking about the pirate that has something that looks like headphones on his ears, right?
Yeah. He has the same thing as Jack. He has horns with
Same
like.
thing as Jack.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, and no, look at this thing. His name is the Corrupt King, and like all the calamities. Jack is the Drought. He could be of corruption. Corruption's a calamity.
Because if you look at it this way, guys.
That is kind of dope, bro.
That guys with Haoshiku Haki, they always have something to do with kings. Like I talked about with Bravo a while ago about freedom and some shit like that, and Bravo said that it probably does not have anything to do with freedom. But if you look at every person in One Piece that somehow has Haoshiku Haki, their names are somewhat related to kings. The Flamingo, you got the Celestial Noble, the Celestial Dragon. You got fucking Ace, who was the son of the Pirate King, could be considered a prince. And then you have fucking Dark King Rayleigh, Boa Hancock, who's actual the queen of the Amazon lilies.
Wait, Joey, I have a question. Why do they call it King Haki when a woman has it?
I don't know.
Wouldn't it be like you have the qualities of a queen?
No, she has the qualities of a king.
Well,
wow, what a plot hole.
Different meanings. Like, some people, I still use the old version, like Kings, Conquerors, but I know it says Conqueror's Spirit. But
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be Conqueror.
I like Conqueror's Haki better.
Well, Haki translates to spirit, so you're using the English name first, and then the Japanese turns to spirit. It's not really a big deal.
I know I've seen King's Disposition before.
Yeah, I like King's Disposition. That's dope. King's
I like the name, it's just too long.
I don't like because the Funimation dub has Conqueror's Spirit. I don't like hearing Conqueror's Spirit.
It sounds so bad.
I prefer King's Disposition out of all of them.
I prefer King Haki.
Because I hope Funimation does use Conqueror's Disposition because they have known to fucking drop the name they said before and put another shit on top of which.
Yeah.
Well, they already started using the name, but then again, they've done that before when they changed something.
Yo, Fifth Son just said there will now be women with King's Haki. They're only good for sub roles. Oh my God! It continues. Him and the woman hate.
No, what do I always sound funny? Some people say the women in One Piece aren't that strong sometimes, but guess what?
The women in what?
You know how some people say there's not any strong women in One Piece?
There's a lot, man. If you're talking about strength to be able to compete with a man, no, but as being not giving up.
I disagree. I think Bo Hancock could have taken out the entire Straw Hat crew easily pre-time skip.
Yeah, she could have taken out. They didn't know how.
I agree.
Especially Sanji.
Would not have been a fight.
Sanji's not fighting her.
Sanji would get stoned. She would get stoned immediately. Like fucking
exactly.
like, oh, do you think I'm beautiful? And bam, he's a stoned guy.
But Sanji's not fighting her.
Sanji got out of the stone.
Sanji may actually fight her just because he knows he can't win. Sanji is like, you know what, fuck it, I'm not gonna be able to hurt her
You
anyway.
think Sanji's gonna fight the most beautiful woman in One Piece?
No, I think maybe he may realize he had no choice. He would attack her, and the second he would just block it. He'd be like, okay, that's annoying. He would try again to block it with Arlen Haki, and that's 10 minutes. He would just pass out from the exhaustion.
Dude, I hope if Sanji like is the son of a Gorsei or something. You get some new moves, like you know how like Zoro has a onigiri demon smash. I want him to have like heavenly kick or some shit like that. You know what I mean? Like.
Well, wouldn't it be cool if he had
That'd be dope.
It would be awesome if Sanji actually knows technique. If Sanji like the son of one of the Gorosei, and they taught him stun technique, but
I
he
doubt
never
it.
used it. No, but he never uses them for some like moral reason, like how he'll never hit a woman.
Yeah, I can see that.
Like maybe he hates who he is. Maybe he hates who his family is. So he's like, I refuse to use anything they taught
Do you
me.
think Sanji's gonna come back with like all these moves and finally accept who he is?
I feel like it would be really cool if Sanji came back and he was like, sorry, Luffy, I'm the son of two of the Gorosei or something. I had to go make sure they
That'd
wouldn't
be
attack
dope.
you guys.
That would be an appropriate power up that he needs right now. He
Yeah,
needs
it would be
I
cool
feel like
because it would be like
the-
Zoro's the demon and then Sanji is like the fucking
yeah,
heaven.
that makes sense. Because I compare like Cat Viper and Dogstorm, their relationship,
Yeah.
kind of like, but it's like amplified, like Zoro and Sanji.
hmm
You know what I'm saying?
It's kind of the same. It's almost like fucking on Buggy's crew. You got what's his name? The guy that fucking has the lion. But
The
other
lion
guy-
and the those two bums.
Yeah, those two bums. Like, fuck, man, I don't fucking Zoro lose this motherfucker. Like,
But I think something happened though.
He's on a fucking tricycle. At first, it was cool, when you're fucking watching One Piece for the first time, but once Zoro shits on this dude and you got Zoro now, I bet this dude doesn't even know Haki by now. Like, even Buggy doesn't have it. Like, I'm fucking surprised. Like, Buggy and Shanks are almost the same age. Why is this Buggy having Haki?
Buggy's just not strong.
And the fact that Buggy survived getting slashed by Mihawk, which is to me, I think it was Toei Animation or Oda's part of the mistake. Because if Mihawk was using Haki throughout the entire war, and I think he did, because that sword, I don't think it's just black for a reason. I think it's black because Mihawk wanted black. He's using Haki on it.
I mean, I don't know. Buggy can separate, so.
Yeah, but if Mihawk could use fucking Haki,
I think.
fucking sliced it, he should be dead.
But if he's not slicing anything.
Why would he not slice? He's in the middle of a war.
No, I'm talking about if he tries to slice and he separates. Like, what if it's one of those where it separates on contact, and you'd have to use like a shockwave to kind of defeat Buggy.
Oh, guys, so I going to say, I don't think Sanji's legs are his strongest part of his body. Just so you know.
What?
What's
I
his
think
strongest
it's obviously his left arm.
Why is that?
Why? 'Cause that's what he jerks off with.
Maybe.
Wait, is he left-handed?
I don't know.
I think that was the joke he was going for.
Like, is he left-handed, bro? I don't know. But time. But yeah, I think I'm ending here. I appreciate you guys coming through, man. I don't know if we're gonna have a One Piece chapter this week.
No, we won't.
Yeah.
No, we won't, unfortunately.
Yeah. So I think I'll probably have another stream Thursday.
Okay.
Yeah, I schedule it early so you guys, if anything, you guys can make time, whatever.
Okay.
Do it. So appreciate you guys coming through.
What day is Thursday? Thursday isn't Christmas, is it?
Christmas Eve.
Oh, okay.
It is.
I'll be there for sure.
I'll be there.
Yeah, I ain't doing shit Christmas Eve.
Thursday, like 24th, the day before Christmas.
Yeah, I ain't doing shit. So.
Yeah, well, peace
Yeah,
out.
Yeah. All right, y'all. Have a good one, man.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Yep.